Again.
Oh, it didn't. It's streaming now. So, okay. Yeah, it looks like it's working. So I'll get it all set up in studio. Okay, thanks. I'll talk to you later. Love ya. Bless you.
Right, you brought me on air really quick.
All right.
Now we're good. Okay. Okay, now I understand why you're upset with Fowler. They actually got your check because and Fowler wasn't going to tell you about it. The only way you knew about it was because of the Honda telling you were going to get a rebate. So Larry, right now, we're going to need, and we can't do this on the radio. I'm going to have somebody call you and get some basic information, because here's the bottom line. Okay. You started out talking about a clicking noise and all that. Here's the bottom line. What you're calling about today can be summed up like this. You paid off your car early using your own credit union, and therefore you want a refund for the rest of the gap coverage you're not using. And the gap company sent the check to Fowler, and Fowler is keeping it. That's it. Yeah. Okay. And you deserve that money. Now, we're going to need to get some of this documentation. You're saying, who do you have a number we can call the gap insurance? You said you just got off with them. So you have a name and a number. Good. Do you know who you talked to at the gap company? You know, Larry, let me just say something. You really are taking care of business. I'm serious. You understand everything you've just done. You've kept notes. You've kept everything. This is good. I'm going to have somebody call you. We got to figure out who can take this case and help this guy out.
Tom, I'll be happy to call him and I'll get his information. I think I should just start with a Honda dealership up in Longmont, because it sounds like they're aware of this.
Well, they got the freaking check,
yeah, so
according to the insurance company. Good. Right. Okay, good. Larry,
this should be an easy call to
Larry. Let me just ask you: was this your first car purchase or not? Okay, so because you sound like at least you know what you're doing, you're not letting people take advantage of you, and that's good. So in what way? Wait, I got to take a break. I got to take a break. I'm sorry. I need to figure out. Get Larry, get his contact information. We'll have Deputy D get a hold of him. My God, we got more coming up.
Retiring doesn't want to take a long way. Huh? Take a long way to get there.
Well, some people say.
Well, he's obviously good.
Sundays at 10 p.m. right here, 6:30.
Joseph A. Lazara is a criminal defense attorney. I hope you never need, but if you do need one, he'll talk to you free of charge up front about any of the charges. If you decide to hire him, it's a flat rate for the entire case, quoted up front, so you'll know the cost right up front. 303-429-6200.
Let's see what this sounds like. People on.
That's what it is.
So they can hear us, they just can't hear the callers. So if they want to hear the callers, they have to go on that radio. Let's see. You won't hear callers. You guys will not hear the callers.
Great passion center. Special financing rate of 0%, 72 equal weekly pay. Resolution 29. All the details. Finished basement that produces a door. Done right. Have our local picture ready done right. PRHI.com or
Want water?
Oh, good.
Coffee?
No, I'm good, thank you.
You know,
I had too much this morning, really.
did ya?
It tasted good this morning.
I've been a single lady all week.
Oh, where's Mark?
In Florida with son. Look at these pictures.
They make it out fishing on the big water this
They
week?
did. I'll show you, Jeff.
Oh, very cool. Where are they now?
This was Port Canaveral area.
Oh, good.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, it is.
Seems
We're
like-
having fun.
Well, they just vacate, no?
That was like fake. Then they did lake fishing with Mark's dad.
Phone?
And that one he said was 4 pounds. Anyway.
Master phone. That's a lot of fun, yeah.
So yeah, they've been gone since Sunday. Never slept better. Oh, Diva moved right in. The minute Moxie, she's going to be so disappointed tonight when Mark's back in bed. Yeah, what the hell? It's been my spot.
Buy your tickets now at MightyManeTravel.com. Your home has never been more competitive, but frankly, never and work for you. I'm sure we can enjoy for a free market analysis of your home. You will also discover exactly how
Did y'all want pizza today? Yeah, I'll take care of it.
You sure?
Yeah, for sure. I just wanted to make sure because no one mentioned. We got it yesterday. Tommy loves pizza.
Yeah, I had some guests here.
Szymanski and Paragon. Have you had it yet?
No, but I keep hearing.
Fletch Brothers.
That's what we had last week. That was last week.
Oh, you're right, that was much brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was salsa pizza, there was so
Yeah.
much cheese and
I
sauce.
think we're
Yeah,
gonna get
'cause
that
it
again
is-
today, Tommy, unless you want a different.
No, I'm fine with anything. I don't know.
I still chuckle that picture they sent you where you.
So how are we doing YouTube? We have sounds?
We only have sound in, we don't have caller sound.
Yeah.
So,
Sorry, morons.
yeah,
I gotta switch back and forth.
they have to, if they want to hear the callers.
And so Larry, we gotta get Larry some help. We don't need to talk to Larry anymore. If you want to just get his stuff, tell him we'll have somebody call him.
Oh, we got Dragon the whole time. I wasn't sure if Zach was coming in.
He was here earlier. He got it started.
Oh, Zach did?
Mhm.
So has Jessica not been in for long? Has Jessica been in?
I want to see, I've seen her 1 or 2 times since the beginning of the year. But Mark's talked to her on the phone a few times. I forget what it was, a knee issue or. Do you want me to go check to see if she's here for you?
Yeah, I just wanted to know. I wanted to talk.
Oh, let me go check, double check.
Hi, Tom Martino here, your troubleshooter. By the way, waterpros.net, the best water systems at the lowest prices. Drinking water, completely pure, reverse osmosis, fully installed, $1,100. No one can touch that price. No one. Reverse 3 filters, and it fits right under the sink. It's wonderful stuff. The number is 303-862-5554. Hey, Ralph's turn. Ralph has a problem with an ad. Explain this to me. What's going on? Ralph? Yes. What? Tell me what's going on. Now, how does this work, Ralph? Ralph, let me ask you something. Are you a regular dental office, or do you arrange for dental? Do you arrange for dental in Mexico? Okay, all right, okay, okay. Okay, I've heard of people going to Mexico for dental, and they said, Tom, it's not what you think. I mean, I talked to one guy. He's a pretty sophisticated person. He has money, but he went and he said he was quoted like 14,000 for something, and he swears to God he got everything done for like 2 or 3 grand. He says it is, and it's quality. So Ralph, you opened this Beyond Borders Dental to help people facilitate dental work in Mexico. That's incredible. So do you get a lot of people calling you? Or now is it all word of mouth? It sounds very fascinating. It sounds fascinating. So what's the issue you're calling about? By the way, Ralph, that's pretty cool what you're doing. You know, I knew another guy. He was doing this with hair transplants. He was arranging for people to go to Istanbul to get hair transplants. I don't know what he's doing now, but he was advertising for a while. In essence, a lot of people are now doing what they call medical tourism, and you can call it dental tourism. I mean, they go away for a few days, they get everything done. It more than pays for their travel. They save a crap load of money. And I wonder if American dentists are worried about this. Yeah, hey, Ralph, I'm all for saving people money. I'm all for talking about this. That's why I'm asking you so many questions. Here's the other thing. I want to get to your problem. I got to take this quick break, and I want to get to how we can help you with what's going on. So hang on, okay? This is really fascinating to me, Ralph. Dental, what did he call it? Dental without border? No, I'll get it right here. I have it. Beyond Borders Dental. We'll talk about that and more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show 303-713-TALK. And by the way, today is car day. Call with any car problems, of course. And therefore, it's a good time to talk about One Clear Choice Garage Doors. Yeah, One Clear Choice Garage Doors. Great people. They can do adjustments. They can do full repairs. They can do replacement of doors, panels of doors, parts of openers, anything. And all of it is spelled out with prices on their website, OneClearChoiceDoors.com. 24/7 service for emergencies. If you can't get your door closed at night, 720-370-3987, OneClearChoiceDoors.com.
It's very nice of you.
Hey, if you want plumbing at the best prices ever, you want Euro Plumbing Colorado.com. Euro Plumbing. They can repipe your entire house and beat any price. They do it with PEX, the Forever Plumbing. You never have to worry about leaks with PEX. You don't have to worry about freezing either. And they even do the drywall repair, and they do it cheaper than anyone. And they are the best. Euro Plumbing Colorado.com. In fact, water heaters just $14.99. They do tankless as well at the best prices. Garbage disposal sub pumps. Give them a call, 720-500-3000. 720-500-3000. EuroplumbingColorado.com. You know, we talk about being a landlord and the benefits, but there are a lot of hassles. However, if you do it the Vestero way, it's unbelievable. They take care of the everyday aches and pains. In fact, they walk you through the entire process. They hold your hand through the entire ownership process. They help you find properties in great markets. They help you rent them out with their affiliate management companies. They have affiliate, anything you need. They have someone in that market to help you make this a smooth running operation. And then you sell that house in 2 or 3 years for profit, or you can 1031 into some other houses. They have an entire program. How to make you a landlord without the hassle. MyBiggestReturn.com, MyBiggestReturn.com, 303-888-3788.
Serious and excellent relationship is love. This is just
How the hell did they shoot that down? What did they use to shoot it down? We're told they have everything.
Everything was like that. Yeah.
Wait, how are they shooting down a fucking F-15?
Because they're putting the big bombers out there. The B-52s can't get around it.
But I wonder who.
Friendly fire again. Well, it's over Iran though. Yeah, but
I just it's time to have really good sex. So call 9,000.
Jess is here. I just chatted to her, but she's only here until 11:30. So if you wanted to go chat at her during the top of the hour break, or she said you could call her. So she has rocky stuff she has to record.
Oh, no fool. Yeah. When are we going to call him? Anytime we're ready?
Sooner the better.
Okay, I just want to take care of the call.
Garage, basements, patios, sidewalks, driveways, Galaxy will transform your surface in as little as 1 day.
Sorry, YouTube morons. Sorry. We got Rockies took our accesses. You know, by the way, so they have cream and you found.
I brought, I mean, there's a whole box of sweet. I'll get some like.
He keeps us hooked up.
Sue's responsible for the meat packets.
Get him on the black light first.
I didn't say I stayed there first.
While living in a nursing facility, nursing homes like you may be entitled to significant financial compensation. Across the country, nursing homes are decided for unsafe conditions, understaffing, and failures that put residents at serious risk. Physical abuse, emotional abuse, medical neglect, malnutrition, and unexplained injuries can happen when facilities fail to protect those in their care. If you believe your loved one suffered abuse of any kind while in a nursing home, you may have a right to pursue justice. Speaking up.
Been accidentally overfeeding our dog. She gained like 5 pounds in 6 weeks. We were looking at the wrong damn chart on the prescription bag. We were feeding her for an underweight dog, but she was overweight already. She's been having a good time. Aw,
This is your German Shepherd?
No.
the mini Aussie. I didn't realize when you guys landed the other day, I didn't realize that Mark always had me go placing. Like I was like, oh, the helicopter's here, and let the dogs out. I had no idea that was a thing.
Well,
Mine is okay.
The only thing, you know, I don't think they ever get close enough, but the tail rotor is the only thing. You know, the upper rotor's not going to get them.
The tail rotor just hits close enough to the ground.
Well, no, it doesn't. But it's not guarded though. It's not one of those fan ones that are guarded. So that's where people get into trouble with the helicopter, not the rotor. That rotor will never swoop down and get you. But the tail rotor, people have like lost arms or I think because you just forget it's doing it. But like with regular airplanes, they do too.
Yeah.
You know, you want to, but technically, I don't think a dog can get in trouble, even running right up to the helicopter.
Oh, you weren't even there. It was just Rob and Mark and Brian. Rob let Mark fly a little bit.
Yeah.
Mark actually flew your helicopter a little bit. He liked that.
When we go straight and level, it's called. It's all it is just keeping it level, keeping it like that.
Yeah, I sure like Rob. He is such a cool guy.
Yeah, he was the reason I could keep flying during all my treatments. Because obviously, medically, I wasn't going to go up alone. I was subject to a freeze at any time. Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. We are off to a fine start, and I want to tell you about another fine start. RenewHomeInnovations.com, the most beautiful walk-in showers, Italian marble. They can do it in 2 to 3 days, 1 year to pay with no interest, and they have the best prices. Really. RenewHomeInnovations.com, 303-904-2000. Now listen, Ralph he meant to call for help, and I'm going to give him some help if we can, but he brought up something that is really fascinating, and that is his business. He has Beyond Borders Dental, and it all started when he had discount dental work done in Mexico and saved thousands of dollars. It just so happens, Ralph, I happened to be at an accountant's office. It wasn't Atlas, my accountant, but another accountant for another friend. And this guy has money. He has a nice office. He's a great guy. And he said, I happened to comment that he had a great smile. I don't know. I just did. And not a real, like a fake smile, but a really good, I said, because we were talking about age and he's around my age. And I said, you have a great smile, Greg. You know, it's good to take care of your dental health. And he told me the story. And he saved so many thousands of dollars going to Mexico. He says, Tom, it's not like some third world country where you're kicking chickens and goats out of the way to get to the office. He said, these are state-of-the-art, beautiful offices. And he said, they're near the border or not far from the border. And they do wonderful work. They all speak English. And I have never had a better experience. They even called to follow up and see how I'm doing. So I guess he went direct, and he used to refer people, and he's saying everyone had a great experience. So you decided to make it a business to arrange for dental tourism to Mexico to get it done. And that's the story. And you're still in business, right? And you're doing good. Of course, I understand that. The best businesses are born out of helping people. I mean, that's why years ago I started my phone company. That's why I started my investment company. I want to disrupt the industry. I want to do it the right way. And it's, you feel like you need to tell people, like you have to yell from the mountaintops, wait a minute, there's a better way. And you're doing that with dental, and there's nothing wrong with that. Now, I happen to have a great dentist, and I know that people do, but it's damn expensive. It is expensive. And people tell me day after day, Tom, I had that done. I told them when I paid for this thing I just had done. And they said, I swear to you, they had it done in Mexico for $500 plus their airfare. They said they still saved thousands. And Ralph, it's unbelievable to me. So what are you calling about today, by the way? What are you calling about? Right, right. Oh, you're never gonna get to talk to anyone. Here's what I love. Here's what they do. Google does it. Amazon can do it. And you're telling me you got it. It was done by Facebook or Meta. Here's the problem. They can just say you're violating standards, but they don't tell you what you did wrong. They don't tell you. They just, and there's no way to correct it or say or refute it. They just say you violate, and then you have to guess, what did I do wrong? I swear to you, it's amazing. Meta one time got on us about something during COVID, but they wouldn't tell us what was at issue. They told us we needed to correct information or we're going to be banned or something, but they would not tell us. We've said, what do you want us to change? I'm not saying we would, but I wanted to know what was the issue. They never give you specifics ever. If they say, based on this ad, blah, 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 then you could address that ad, or you didn't pay for this ad, or, whatever, or your credit card didn't go through. But when you can't refute it, how do you fix it? Go ahead, Ralph. How do you fix it? Right. Exactly. So are you banned for life? Are you banned for life? But you never found out. You never found out ever anything to correct. So what's going to hold on? So maybe you'll violate again because you don't know what it was that violated. Well, that's crazy. So, there's no way anyone can find out from Facebook why you were banned. Is that right? No. Listen, it happened to us and they didn't tell us, but we figured it out because wait, how did we figure out, Suze? We figured it out. Didn't they put a banner up over the feed or something?
Something like that. It's been a while, Tom. It was during the pandemic. What you were saying.
And what I was saying, it was supposedly controversial. It was not, but I have to take this break. Hold on. Listen, big tech controls us. The problem is they control us without giving us a chance to fight back. Google one time told one of these businesses that contacted us that they were in violation of Google standards. And he said, okay, which ones? I mean, they don't tell you what you're doing wrong, so you can't correct it. It's fucking crazy. They rescued one of the crew. Where's the other one?
Our American Stories podcast.
Where's the other one?
I wonder. Do you mean to tell Steve that we'll call him right after the big break?
Yeah. He knows radio, so you tell him, unless we get a bunch of phone calls. I mean, I can't predict it. Okay. GreatWesternBuildings.com. Not only do they have great prices, but they are one of the few factories that actually do this. The steel business is crooked because most people represent that they're from a factory and they're not. But I can tell you for sure, Great Western Buildings has a giant factory right here in Colorado, employing hundreds of people, and they go direct to all 50 states. GreatWesternBuildings.com. If you need a steel building, you'll get 100% American steel, U.S. steel, and it's guaranteed for life. GreatWesternBuildings.com. That's GreatWesternBuildings.com. I love talking the best prices. You know that. That's what it's all about. And I'm proud to announce that DiscountBath.com will get you the best price on a remodel, period. You call them. You talk to them. 720-979-2322. Or you go to DiscountBath.com. And they discuss price if you want. on the phone. They'll come and see you. But here's the bottom line. They'll do that bathroom at any level you want. They can do it for a fix and flip, a rental, your dream home. They can do any bathroom you want, a big master bath, a little hallway bath, discountbath.com. And they have finance arrangements. If you need them, they will come and visit you and help you design a bathroom. And here's the deal. They guarantee the best value, the best prices. Discountbath.com.
Done right, did right, you've heard those. Done right.
What do you, I would, yeah, we will, most likely, I mean, if it goes, this is the only call we have, so if no one else calls, the only thing is yeah, so I think we
Who
can.
is Steve?
What's that?
Oh, he's a weapon law attorney.
Oh.
Arranged to join us on the show today.
Yeah.
I sent Dax his phone number and told Steve that we'll call him.
What's his law firm?
Steve Lato, law firm.
L-A-T-O?
L-E-H-T-O.
L-E-H?
Great passion second.
She's like the nation's top women.
72
What's his first name?
Steve. And he's also going to have a referral for us to an attorney who practices here who would like to get referrals.
Oh, he's out of Michigan?
Yep.
Who's he got here?
I don't know. He's going to tell us.
I wonder if it's Linus or Vegas.
You know, she never calls back. She just, and that other one that sued that other dealer, he never calls back. I mean, it's like, this would be fertile ground for me.
He has a friend who owns a law firm with multiple offices, and he believes that one of them is licensed to be a co-founder.
Nice.
So he'll be able to give us some.
Sweet. Oh, Dean?
Yeah, you just need to get him.
Yes, he knows what he's doing. He's one of the most prolific ones around as far as filing lawsuits, right?
Yeah, just as social media gets almost 500,000 hits a day.
No.
Restrictions apply.
He's a big deal.
Yeah.
YouTube. He's the best, one of the best known.
How do you know this? Okay.
I've been watching this channel since 2020.
So you can
Oh.
stalk.
He's a stalker.
It's to consume education and entertainment.
It's legal on YouTube.
Is there a phone number to get through to Facebook or something?
The last Facebook problem we had a few months ago, I was so disappointed in Facebook. They're assholes. I'm sorry, Tom, they're assholes.
What's the problem?
The problem was, guy called in, or his wife did, ex-wife had created an account for him when they were married, and she won't give up any of the info for him to have access to it. So I had all their friends report the fake account.
And they didn't take it down?
Oh, they said absolutely not. They were not going to take it down. It was like, it's clear it's him. It's clear he could prove it's him. It's the, like there's one, he had one friend. Guess who the one friend was? The ex-wife. And she wouldn't give up info, and Facebook said, sorry, we don't determine that to be a fake account. And even after all their friends reported it as a fake account, they still wouldn't take it down.
So I hate the fact that you can't ever get through.
Yeah, they're assholes. It just,
Max is calling Stephen with.
I know we have one
What we can
outbound at
do,
11
this was an
11.
outbound. One thing we can do is tell them not to call anybody to get them on the phone
Yeah.
until after layoff. Then, I mean, I'll tell them.
What time is our outbound? Lined up?
Just do it after the interview at the top of the hour.
It's always been there. It's still yours.
Top radio, good source of information.
Hearing the opinions of others.
That makes it feel like there's someone in the car with you. The power of talk. I love talk radio on your smart device, and of course.
Okay. You want Steve before the outbound. The outbound was scheduled for 11, Tom. Do you want Steve before it?
Yeah, we might lose Steve.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. Okay, listen, I want to wrap up with Ralph and see what we can do to help him. I'm telling you, Meta, Facebook, they're so big. There's no phone support. There's no one you can talk to. So, Ralph, what do you mean the only time they respond is when they get media inquiries? I mean, we have tried to get them to answer. Do you know something we don't? Do you have a phone number or an email? Of course it is. And what we're talking about, for those just tuning in, what we're talking about is Meta, in this case, for Facebook, banned him, and he doesn't know why. They just said violating standards. And here's the worst part about it. They banned him and said, if you keep doing it, you're banned for life. Yet he doesn't know what do you mean keep doing? Now, you said did they actually tell you to change your URL, or are you doing that on your own? In other words, it's a workaround. You're not really solving the problem, because you could end up with the new stuff doing the same thing you did last time, and you have no idea what you did wrong. Maybe it was a line in your ad. Maybe it was something else, but you won't know. They're so big. They don't care. They have so many people. They don't care. Honest to God, Ralph, social media and big tech, they're not responsive at all. Not one of them. They're not. Try to get through to Nextdoor. Try to get through to Facebook. Try to get through to Google. Try to get through to anyone. You can't. They're all, and most of them are operating on AI. You are probably banned automatically because they scanned your ads for something you don't know that you could easily repeat. If they simply told people, I don't even care if they have a phone number, we don't have to talk to them, but if they gave you specifics, like you're being banned for this, I don't know what to tell you, man. We would love to try to help you, but there's no one to reach out to. You just have to try to guess what you did wrong. And they refer you to a page about their standards. And there's hundreds of things in there. How do you know which one they flagged? Ralph, I wish I had an answer for you. Maybe someone listening does. Hold on. We got more coming up. Listen, tell them, I don't know, we're just going to call them back. Now listen, if calls come in, take them, but don't make any outbound until after this interview.
All caregivers undergo background checks. So you know they can handle your staff. Folks, you can always talk to a real life human to keep help. For a smart and simple way to find stress care, visit .com today.
For plumbing, heat, electric, and rain, see plumb line service. Quality brands like care. I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino. I use plumb line in my service perfect. 25 years strong. On a mission of excellence, character, and casserole. Online and very
I have this thing with Fowler all summed up. If you want me to send it to you in text, you want to? I'm sorry. I have the thing with Fowler all summed up. If you want me to send it to you in text.
Hey, that's HD2 Denver.
630 KL.
It really is a problem.
Jens, what do we want today for pizza?
Pizza stuff. Jersey girl here.
The Jersey Girl? Tom, are you okay with the Jersey Girl again?
You do whatever you want. Yeah, whatever. I'm not going to be fussy.
Will have to accept over the territory citizens that survive if they exist and escape. Just know that the Iranians are looking for them. In fact, Iran put out a message with the pilots if they.
Oh, thank you. That later. Yeah, I got his phone number. I'll start working the case.
Chief Global Affairs Director Marc Mager. It comes after President Trump claimed in an address this week that the Iranians have no anti-aircraft weaponry left following weeks of American strikes. The president has been briefed about the incident, according to White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt. War in Iran now about to enter its 6th week. This is ABC News. The EPA is now considering adding microplastics to a list of drinking water contaminants. ABC's Sophie Flay has more.
Studies about microplastics in numerous deep tissues, including the brain. But experts warn there's not enough research yet to know how they may affect our health. There are simple steps you can take to limit exposure, like
See, Plato, good.
and never leaving water bottles sitting in a hot car.
Still no sign of the 12 tons of Kit Kat bars stolen in transit between Italy and Poland. Here's ABC's.
We gotta get him on here, see what he's gonna get up with here.
Companies got piggybacking off the candy bar sector. It's selling a Kit Kat pizza. Major League Soccer team in Charlotte, North Carolina says stopping 413,000 Kit Kat
There it is, right there, right? Good.
in Philadelphia. That's exactly how many bars were stolen in the European Heights.
I'm Mike Busby, ABC News.
You pledged your life to serve, to make our country stronger, safer, more free, for more people. You worked tirelessly, made sacrifices, missed first steps and birthdays, lost loved ones. Every day, you don't see the setbacks endured. You see lessons applied and passion driving you upward and forward. We don't see all the masks you wear, but we hope you can set some aside. We embrace your uniqueness and won't trivialize your past, your fears, or your hardships. We can't promise to heal all wounds or wash away all trouble, but we do.
Freaking room is frigid in there. I cannot even handle it. They put a new thermostat in and they just can't quite figure it out. Okay, back to pizza.
Connection.net.
Jay, how news time? 11:03.
Black was caught by speed cameras on I-25 between Berthoud and Meade will now face fines. 8 speed cameras have been installed in the work zone where crews are putting in new express lanes. During the month-long warning period, CDOT issued more than 16,000 warnings, but that warning period has ended. CDOT stages sellers. The end goal is not to separate regulations as possible to
He does way more than money.
is to reduce speed.
Yeah. That was always the focus of his business. He also says warrants and companies.
Contractors are 75.
That's he only practices on.
Reopening Utah Park Pool just in time for spring. A grand reopening celebration will be held Saturday, April
Wrongful
18th,
detention.
at Island, Peoria. Many pools are-
He does videos on the wide variety of topics, like water convention and civil forfeiture, but his practice areas, his practice is limited only to come.
I'm registered.
If he has a referral for us, somebody who can take our car on his license.
Yeah. It's fair. You know, if you got one, you're not using it.
You'd like to help out.
Sure.
Love it. Everybody fill the claim.
23. There is some facts coming up. Little slow for university. What's that? This report is sponsored by Blindstate.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle from Blindstate.com. Price custom blinds and windows for exclusively. At Blindstate, we do things different. You get your home, install yourself, and save big on custom blinds. Plus, you guarantee they'll fit. Blindstate.com.
It's Gina here to share what could be the fastest and easiest way to sell your home. My friends Gay Ribble and our home team with Keller Williams have a proven way to eliminate the stress that comes with selling a home. No showings, no open houses or nosy neighbors, and best of all, no disruptions to your day-to-day life. Instead, you get a simple, streamlined process designed to work for you. Here's how it works. You call up our home team, tell them about their home, and they will bring you multiple cash offer options. Review the offers, choose one that fits your needs, and pick your closing date. No hassle, no stress, just a clear path forward. Homes sold with the Power Home team sell 2 times faster than the average agent, and their sellers net 4.27% more money. It's over $30,000 on average. Sell with certainty. Home sold guaranteed. The winning strategy to sell your home, call Gay Ribble and Empower Home Team today. 833-453-SOLD or visit gayhasthebuyers.com. That's gayhasthebuyers.com.
So why not visit it? Don't even buy your fine food in the David Ellis. You're ready to buy my phone.
EuroPlumbingColorado.com is the lowest prices guaranteed. Here's what's happening. You're on nearing completion and the stone ages soil and non-sporting allies. And then fuel take care of that passage. Oil is on. It's in better bed. It's liftoff. It's 2,000.
Brian, thank you for having one focus on like you with all of these guys, Rocker and Brennan. It's just really great.
Mornings 6 to 10 on Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOP.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We're here to help you as we've been doing for 45 years in Denver, 50 years elsewhere, and we are recovering cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, and services for you. If someone lied to you, cheated you, or ripped you off, give us a call. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Or 303 Martino, 303-627-8466. So, you want to talk about consumer protection. Let's talk about consumer protection. Steve Leto, who you can find on YouTube, Steve Leto, Leto spelled Lehto, is a Michigan attorney who practices in the field of lemon law and consumer protection. He's been doing so for 35 years. He also has his own website, letoslaw.com, and he is a freaking crusader. This man, he doesn't just talk. He does the walk. He has won hundreds of cases. Steve, let's talk. I'm so happy to connect with you. You are so famous for what you do in Michigan. And you've helped people around the country too. So Steve, in a nutshell, could you help us understand your passion, please? Offer to call her back. You may want to call her back if she doesn't mind. And when you say that, you know what I find, Steve, people do make a lot of mistakes when they buy cars. What do you find their biggest mistakes are after all the cases you've covered? Right. Right. I know, Steve. Absolutely. Used cars. Now, like I say, as is, that happens in Colorado, but as is could mean as represented. And sometimes the guy will say during the sales pitch, by the way, the engine was rebuilt or blah, blah, blah. And then they sell it as is. And if you can prove the guy said that, and if you can prove he lied, that's a different story. But why go through that hassle? I mean, it's almost impossible with an as-is purchase to be successful. And you have to foot the bill. I don't think you get your attorney's fees, whereas with the lemon law, many lemon laws do allow for attorney's fees, right? Right. Uh-huh. So, Steve, does any one case stand out with the Lemon Law? Do you try to get them to settle first? What is your usual modus operandi? Now, what about here's the problem. You have cars that are sold as is that are used with these warranties. Okay. Now, what do you think about these used car warranties? We get this call every day where people say, well, I bought the car and I have a warranty, but the warranty won't cover this. Because how silly, and you know this, and I want you to speak to it. I don't know if you've ever sued on this, but they won't cover normal wear and tear. They don't cover owner abuse, of course, which they can call anything owner abuse. They don't call pre-existing. They don't cover pre-existing conditions. What the hell do they cover? I mean, I tried to figure out one time what they covered. No normal wear and tear, no owner abuse, no lack of maintenance, no pre-existing condition. So I want to know what they actually cover. I think on one of them, I found out they may cover manufacturer's defects. Well, for God's sakes, if a car has 80,000 miles on it, what are the chances of a manufacturer's defect showing up? What do you think about these warranties on used cars? I know. Oh, and do you hear these? Do you hear these service contracts pitched online? If you are on the radio or on TV, if you own a used car, never pay for a covered repair again. Now, these guys I have in studio today, they're mechanics, and they say that people are forever coming in with these service warranties. Now, they're not extended warranties, but they're service contracts, and these guys hardly ever get paid from them. They always turn down the claims. Do you do any work with those kinds of service contracts? And almost anything, if you think about it, is a pre-existing condition when the car has 90,000 miles on it, or it can be traced to, how do you know lack of maintenance? These guys tell me that they ask for all ungodly records for maintenance. So how do you know how it was maintained if you only owned it for a year and a half or 2 years and somebody else owned it? All they have to say is the owner before you didn't maintain it properly. How do you go back and prove it was maintained? I mean, I just tell people don't buy those things. In fact, people are buying cars without having them checked out. That's the biggest problem. So I want to ask you your opinion on something. There's a practice of selling 5-year extended warranties on new cars. And people say, I got a 5-year extended warranty, but they don't, because that warranty runs concurrent with the regular warranty. So if the regular warranty is 3 years, 36,000 miles, the extended warranty is simply giving them an extra 2 years, but they continually call it a 5-year warranty. And I asked the dealer one time, show me one thing that extended warranty will cover during the first 2 years. One thing. So they're being sold a 5-year warranty that is in essence a 2-year warranty because it goes back to the in-service state. Have you ever run across that? Okay. Now, with a lemon law, what do you find the biggest obstacle to be so we can arm people if they bought a new car to be ready if they ever had to do it? Now we get a lot of problems here that should be taken to court, but we are reluctant to refer attorneys because we don't know any personally that do lemon law. You think we would, but a lot of the attorneys I've known have retired or moved. Do you have people in Colorado that you can refer people to? Great. We will ask for that when they call us for lemon law.
Steve, this is Dimitri. Hey, so first of all, we're going to bury your friend in leads because we get calls like this, especially now that parts are not available. The dealers can't even start work until the lemon law is triggered. It's been a disaster. And hey, but on a personal note, I love your channel. I've been a huge fan since 2020. I've watched hundreds of your videos, and it is the best channel on YouTube, man. Thank you.
Yeah, and people can find him at Steve Lehto, and Lehto spelled Lehto. And you also have Lehto Law. I think that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Lehto's Law with an S on the end of it. Lehtos. LehtosLaw.com. Hold on, Steve. I got to take a break, and I understand you're busy, so if you can't hang on, I understand. We'll figure it out. Otherwise, we'll come back to you with a little more.
We have a lemon law attorney now.
Good one, Dee. Nice.
Steve Lehto.
Sounds like a rock star's name. Isn't there a Lehto out there? Or there was.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a Lehto. He's a great actor.
How is it being? Jared, who is he a part of? That's what I'm thinking of.
He's an actor. He was the guys that played Joker.
Oh, I am getting them confused then. Okay.
Steve is a national treasure.
Blood sampler, 7 plant protein bars, 4 hydration mixes, 4 enhanced coffee sticks. Clean ingredients, amazing taste, and you'll love them. You feel smarter, hydrate harder, acting larger. And you can get 20% off all of our products plus free shipping. 64,000. That's free. 64,000 to get 20% off. That's free. 64,000.
Joe Lazzara, Lazzara. Now, I'm emphasizing that because he'll give you free consultations up front when you're in trouble with the law for anything, even if you made a stupid mistake. And he will also give you a flat rate price upfront quoted for the entire case if you decide to hire him. Lazzara, 303-429-6200.
People like people who value right. That's the answer to the value of sun. Two states, up to the vast point of as the bird. Here, ending to the village. The sheep, not sheep. The second thing, 679, 7. That's the most possible.
So listen, if we have any calls, Matt, I'm sorry, Max, would you please call to get their number? We'll call them back.
Walk in the shower. It's 90. For your friend. Lifetime warranty. You know me. It's price on your whole bathroom remodel right now using your smartphone.
Taking the grandkids there?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
09.
Looks like
That was a very successful dance until her back pain made everyday life impossible.
You know, I feel so sorry for that guy with Meta. I wish, honest to God, Facebook, you can
They're
never.
assholes, Tom. I don't know what else to say about them.
Because there's no way to communicate. I mean, we've had people hacking about an account and they won't do shit.
It's really frustrating.
Zuckerberg
They don't have customer service at all because they have so
Like if they're so huge, they don't have to.
just like Google.
Yeah.
You know, you can with Google arrange a phone call. They'll call you back on some issues.
Yeah.
But most of it's faceless, nameless. I mean, it's so hard. It is so hard if you have a problem with one of these services to get help.
My guess is, I didn't hear the original why they got taken down. He doesn't know why he was taken down, right? But what was it, a dental ad, you said? Was that what he had on there?
Yeah, he was doing dental advertising for tourism, dental tourism. And I'm sure dentists complain. I'm sure
Oh,
dentists.
I'm assuming somebody reported him, but I mean,
Dentists.
The ad was never up though.
What's that?
It was never started.
Yeah, the previously.
Oh,
Previously, that's.
I thought he said he never.
No, 2 years ago,
Oh.
a year and a half ago, he said that it went back to that. They banned him back then. He didn't even know it. He was banned. When they put us in purgatory, did they just one day let up, or did we?
yeah, it just finally let up, but we don't use Facebook anymore. I mean,
No.
for that reason.
But it let up on their own, right?
It just let up, we don't even know when, over time,
Oh, look, it's working.
but we don't even use Facebook for our feed anymore. They just suck.
But Facebook is that the biggest social media site?
Oh, by far, they're huge. It's, I mean, MySpace must be business.
Oh, that's it.
It's like a great word, but it's big. It's. Have you tried the Big Arch Burger yet?
No. I don't go to McDonald's.
I don't either. I can't take it.
What?
I have to be $4
Oh, let's see on this.
Still be $4.
Can't buy, right to.
I don't, well, if somebody gets hurt though, then there's kind of an issue there.
Yeah.
Cash incentives or special plans to rate of 0% APR with 72
I know, looking back, we lied a lot. You know, on the amusement parks, Mark would be like, telling Adeline, just stand on my feet when they, and then looking back, it was like, that was not smart. There's reasons for safety, right? But she's alive and well, so we're okay.
This is actually big for us.
That's what I'm wondering, you know, like,
all the online stories.
I just have to make sure to clear with mom and dad first versus
Podcast.
are the sticklers on that
no,
stuff?
they're actually really easy going. Really easy going. They encourage them to play.
You're just trying to find Easter fun.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Stem Cell Therapy, DenverRegen.com. These guys are great. They work. We get rave reviews about them. And you can find them at DenverRegen.com. We're talking to Steve Lato. He is a lemon law attorney out of Michigan. He's been practicing 35 years. He also had a radio show, talk show, years ago in Michigan, and spent about a decade on the radio. He has a YouTube channel, and you can find him at Steve Lato. And that Lato is spelled Lehto. And anyway, so Steve also has a website, LatosLaw.com. And we're talking about lemon law. And we talked about the frustrations of buying used cars, by the way, and not getting them checked out. And as Steve pointed out, and as you've heard on this show that we pointed out, when you buy something as is, there's a good chance nothing ever can be done to help you when you drive off that lot. It's just not wise to buy as is unless you get that car completely checked out. And I've said this before. If you buy a car with 100,000 miles or more, you will have problems. If you buy them with 150,000 or more, you will have serious problems. And if you buy a car with 200,000 or more, which used to be unheard of, but people are doing it, you will have catastrophic problems. I mean, that's just the way it is. Now let's talk to Steve again. And Steve, we've, the lemon law, anyone can read it if they look it up for their state. It usually has the cumulative number of days out of service. It usually has the number of attempts to fix something, and if that's not successful. And but there are a lot of things that don't get covered. Tell us what's not covered by the lemon law. Yeah, it's a very good point. We've had those problems too, Steve. So what about leased cars? We don't have them covered here. What about Michigan? Leased cars. And when we talk about, I think down in Colorado, they can't fix it on the fourth attempt. So, they have basically 4 chances. If they can't fix it on the fourth attempt, you can start calling it a lemon. But here's what I want to know, though. It's not any problem. They talk about significant market value. It's got to affect the market value. And so many people want to argue that point. And dealers, will say, well, that's not significant. So how do you handle that? Right. Right. That's right. Yeah. Okay, that's good to see. And I mean, that's good to know. And I can see that. Go ahead, Dick.
Hey, Steve, listen, You know, if you could possibly imagine such a thing as a typical case, a lemon law case, I'm trying to get an idea of what a typical timeline is from coming to see you until the car is bought back and a check is
Or
received.
another attorney too, if somebody
Yeah.
like in Colorado.
Yeah, you know, and the assumption is I'll have all the paperwork in order and the lemon law is clearly triggered. What's the timeline like?
Agreed. Now, what about this? Waiting for parts. I want to hold on to that because I got to take a break. If you don't mind holding for another segment, do you, Steve? Okay, so Steve Lato, and here's the thing: waiting for parts. We've had people wait or being told they have to wait 6 months. Think about that. Then I want to talk about losing use of your car, but they say, well, you're really not losing because we're supplying you a loaner. All of that coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
KR, that's HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver, radio station. Ryan Schuler, Tom Martino, Michael Brown Reloaded, and Dan Kaplis. This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW. Now, impact traffic.
We're seeing an increase in volume levels down. Heading in towards downtown, we're talking coming in a little bit later this afternoon. I-45 is congested into downtown. Some sluggish there. In fact, we have business ending up out of Texas, so Arapahoe to about University. It's actually about a little slow. I look at Texas, Indiana, heading back towards Colorado, back to the highway near Holly. It looks like the right lane is blocked. It's pretty slow. Trying to pick that up. Yep. This report is sponsored by the Taking a Walk Nashville podcast.
I'm Sarah Harrelson, host of Taking a Walk Nashville. Join me for an upcoming episode with musician, entrepreneur, and dad Kevin Jonas Sr.
Alliance Roof and Solar do commercial solar systems, and they can show you how to get the government to pay for 70 to 90% of it and how to make money selling the power you generate. You may have a rental, you may have a duplex, triplex, an apartment house. They can put a solar system up for you as a landlord, and then you can sell power back to tenants, even have them save money, and you still make money above and beyond rents. Now you may need it for your factory or warehouse. You may need it for something else. You may even have a home-based business. There are ways to get a solar system covered for that too. Alliance Roof and Solar, those are the go-to people for commercial solar systems. 303-704-2449. Call them and find out if one is right for you. 303-704-2449. RedRocksRS.com.
Severe transformation. I have a garage that I don't have
pieces.
That was fast. Yeah. They want some state, we should have stand down. Or they want some, we should have stand down. Yeah. Bring down all those little cracks. And now it's one complete lovely surface, very pleasant on the eye. Transform schools, patios, garage floors, driveways, and more. Galaxy Concrete Coatings comes with a lifetime warranty. You can just tell by looking at it that you can totally fit anything you can throw at it. As long as I Look on Galaxy Concrete Coatings today. And remember to like us on Facebook. Galaxy Concrete Coatings, we are out of this world. Happy to tell you about the only mentor that manufactured community alone, that is Troy Gansford. I'm recommending Troy because he's the only agent that guaranteed to sell your home at price or he'll write you a check for $5,000. And the good news, he puts that in writing. He can make that guarantee because he spends tens of thousands of dollars generating demand. And right now he has hundreds of approved home buyers ready to buy. He just doesn't have the house. So if you have a house, Troy might have that perfect buyer for you right now. He would call 720-900-4433. Let me give you a story. Just last week, Troy listed a house that was on the market for almost a month. You know what? Troy sold it for full price in less than a week. And for any reason you need to sell right away, Troy will buy your house for all cash and close in as little as 7 days. Call Troy and get your home sold for the most money. 720-900-4433. Again, that's 720-900-4433. Troy Hansford with Remax Professionals, a Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions apply. Returns and this is your Let's talk about freedom today. I told you that today so many it's another knot. If you're injured in a car crash, that's lost your freedom to choose. You lost your freedom to live your life the way you want it. You lost your freedom from humiliation, anxiety, grief, and of course, pain. Don't have values. And don't let that insurance company tell you there's really no value in your loss of freedom. The fellow point with a beautiful experience is individual victims and we can represent you. The fellow point with education. Go to championpeople.com or call us. We'll help you.
This is Mandy Cole from the law firm. It's a free legal game plan. Call 303-795-5100 or visit championsofthepeople.com.
We've been here 30 years, 30 Christmases in this house, and we have the traditions that most families have.
That's Terry talking about her experience with Rhino Shield ceramic coating.
We did Rhino Shield 14 years ago, and the house still looks the same as the first day. Rhino Shield really worked with me to get just the right amount of soft yellow, and it's 14 years later, and it's the same color.
Many people carry all Rhino Shield. And Rhino Shield is backed by a 25-year warranty.
Just sounded wonderful that we could have the house coated with Rhino Shield and not have to worry about it again for 25 years.
Take it from care. Give Rhino Shield a call at 844-31-RHINO. Call now and receive 15% off the regular price. Or go to rhinoshieldco.com.
And said, did you just have your house cleaned? Because I wanted to know if your contact. No, it's actually Rhino Shield.
You're 15% off. Call now. 844-31-RHINO. Or go to rhinoshieldco.com.
There's no need to worry. Talk away. The heating and cooling to coming to. The name you can trust. You can count on us. Service at home, serve the tenders. Don't like service there.
Keep your retirement money safe. My money, my way.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We have Steve Leto with us. Steve is quite the attorney, prolific in suing auto manufacturers under the Lemon Law, and also just a consumer advocate. He is out of Michigan, and he has affiliates or people he can refer you to around the country, including here in Colorado. So if there is a Lemon Law issue, we'll get you to the right people. You can find him on Facebook at Steve Leto, and that's LehtO. He also has LetosLaw.com, LehtO. That's Steve Leto. We've been talking about lemon laws, and he says many states are adding leased cars to the list because they're excluded. And that's the problem in many states.
Colorado added leased cars.
When did they add them?
I don't know when, but I just read the summary of our law, and least is included.
Good. And, but of course, a lot of high ticket items that are motor vehicles are not covered. Motor homes and campers and things like that, motorcycles, of course, boats, at least for now, there's nothing on boats. Now, we have a situation that happens a lot on this show. People are literally told it could be 6 months to get parts. Now, that is unbelievable to me. But what do you think about that, Steve? What if someone says, wait a minute, that's unconscionable. Now, it's outside, let's say, of the lemon law. They've had it long enough. Is there anything they can do for loss of use or anything? Or what do you think about that? That since COVID, we've had this incredible wait for parts. They can no longer blame COVID. I think people just got used to not having to spend the money on inventory, and factories learned that they can do inventory or they can do factory runs every now and then, but there is no real motivation to keep a lot of parts available. Have you ever heard of those things? Right. Right. Okay, what about the argument that we've had a dealer make here in town, even that they're not losing use of the vehicle technically because we're giving them a loaner? What do you say in a case like that, where the dealer can say, wait a minute, even though technically the vehicle's out of service, they're not out of the vehicle. Yeah, and it is your car and you're paying on that car. Yeah. So what about now on buybacks? How do you determine that price? And are people truly made whole? That's another thing. We've had some buybacks where the consumer really wasn't much better. They weren't better off at all. And it kind of put them in a bad way. I mean, how is that calculated? I know, negative equity, right? That's right. That's right. That happens all the time. That happens with gap insurance. Gap insurance isn't going to pay for stupidity. It's only going to pay for, and it's not going to pay for a bad deal when you make a bad deal. And speaking of gap insurance, how do you feel about gap insurance? Right. That's exactly right. Now, as far as the trend in the auto business, do you find that there are higher and higher mileage used cars out there and people getting screwed? Yeah. Okay, so have you had, when you, somebody wants to know on a text here, when you sue the manufacturer, do you also name the dealer? All right, Steve Lato, I have to take another break. I want to keep you just to the top of the hour, and then I'll let you go. I have to take this other quick break. We'll be back with Steve Lato right after this.
Now, impact traffic.
You know what I like about him? I don't know. What are we going to do about he has a comment on everything. I like it. He doesn't say that's not my area.
And I got his, he just texted me his friend's information. Your practice is here, so I'll establish a relationship. This recommendation is called the Leather Attorneys.
Hi, I'm Todd from blinds.com.
It's an action firm that says, yes, so they do practice.
At Blinds.com, we do things different. You guys are home, install yourself, and save big on custom blinds. Plus, you can guarantee they'll fit. Blinds.com.
Hey, if you want the guaranteed lowest price in plumbing, like water heaters, think of this, man. Water heaters starting at $14.99. No, that's not fictitious. That is real. You can get it. You can also get your whole house plumbed for less money than anyone else is charging. You can get a tankless heater if you want one, garbage disposal, sub pumps, the guaranteed lowest price for plumbing, EuroPlumbingColorado.com. That's his guarantee. The best prices, EuroPlumbingColorado.com, 720-500-3000.
So the guy's office is just a few blocks from here.
Yeah.
We have to you guys want to see it.
I mean, we will. It's a pain in the ass, but it's good.
Jeff, have you tried the special pepper blend?
What do you say?
The millionaire pepper.
Yeah, a couple times.
Yeah, I know you have.
Yeah, like Steve said, brought in 5 shakers, and then Jeff got the gift pack for all 4 of them. So he is a millionaire person. Yeah, the wife got him from Minnesota stuff this year. Huh? I just got one little envelope. I didn't get
Now I feel.
I thought at Sam's Club has their own blend. Oh, it's a 6-pepper blend.
That's even better.
No green, it's all red. So the
one she got me was all right.
Yeah.
So 4 pepper.
This is the one from. But it's fairly reasonable, $5. How many ounces or something? It's 8.
Oh, that's cheap.
Yeah, it's good size.
Yeah, that's giant.
Yeah. To see. This is black pepper, with shred pepper, white pepper, chili pepper, bell pepper, green pepper. Pretty mild.
It's 720-915-3000.
It's not very spicy, but it's good.
720-915-3000.
If you ever Costco membership, LLC.
Same as in Costco.
Wow, you have both?
Well, the Sam's Club I got for free through,
Hey, mama, stop endlessly scrolling to find a caregiver. My trick to saving time and my
Yeah.
is bittersweet.com. It helps busy parents find work better for over 20 years. Matching you with caregivers. I love that all caregivers undergo ID verification and background checks with real parent reviews.
how many times
You
you
know they
spoke?
Plus, you can only talk to
yesterday.
a real human.
Okay.
For a smarter,
Okay. So at least twice this week.
today.
Why isn't somebody put them on my fridge? When I walked in there a minute ago, and it's freezing. I walked in there just now, and I swear somebody used to pour water over the rocks. Freaking sign.
More attention. Those two campus. If you want your case to be taken
Oh, I
seriously.
still want. Choose something wrong with them. Yes,
Of course, settlements, including a record $205 million wrongful death verdict and the largest
$25
history. We accept righteous injury and death cases.
See, because the Costco, I used the business one, I get 2% rebate.
Stand CAP Law. Dr. Stone.
Yeah.
You need to supply your business and your.
Well, this stuff. You could,
So you have sex.
every year, anniversary.
You should get a real check.
What's the gift thing?
What's a gift?
From Costco. Yeah, but if you go and say you only spend $3 on that, they will hand you cash money. Yeah, they give you the rebate cash, so. But what I'm saying is the membership costs $105. So with the rebate, we get 180 back, so it's a few members. Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty.
How you getting it for $100? What, 120 or whatever? Okay, yeah. It was 100. I just.
You talking about membership?
Yeah, Costco and stuff.
For business membership or?
You get a 2% rebate after you purchase, which ends up being more than what you pay for the membership. So they pay you $60. But that's only for the household owner. So if you get one of the kids, it doesn't come. But you can buy your gold there too when they have it.
And they actually have really good premiums on both.
They do.
Yeah, Costco's a great. Like,
When they have it.
when it is, it's Denver's.
Yes, they're out of it constantly.
Because everybody knows what.
But they were a couple $100 below spot for the longest time.
Hi, Tom Martino here with Steve Leto. I'll give you his contact information when he's off in the next hour, and also how to find him on YouTube and that. But I don't want to waste time on that right now. I want to talk to him. Steve, here's something that I want to get your opinion on as an attorney, because we fought this before and some gave in, some did not. A guy goes to a dealership to buy a car and they want to cater to him on a monthly payment. So they almost promise him anything and they come up with a monthly payment he likes. And they say, oh, you don't have that much to put down. Don't worry about it. What can you put down? The guy says, I can put down 1,000, whatever. I'm telling you a typical case like this. The dealership fills out the paperwork. He takes the car. 3 or 4 days later, they call him and say, we can't get that deal done. You got to sign a new contract. And he says, wait a minute. I thought I was all done. No. It's contingent upon financing. You check that off when you checked out a lot of other things like the bailment you're going to pay and all that. There's a whole checklist, and one of them said contingent on financing. So we have taken the contract before and looked at it. And where these dealers spot deliver cars, they have a finance agreement they send with a consumer because they have to, and in it, they put themselves down as the creditor. They put themselves down as the creditor, and then they take that and sell it to the lender. And so I say to the dealer, you're the creditor. You approved him. And they said, well, we didn't approve him. It's contingent upon approval. And I said, yeah, it is contingent. And you just approved him. You handed him the keys. You shook his hand and congratulated him on buying the car. And you let him go home. And he has a truth in lending statement. He has a monthly payment. And you can't live up to it, but you are the lender. And I tell the consumer, just make your payments to that dealer because they have to honor it. Now, some dealers have caved on that because they literally write themselves in. If you look at the finance deal, in order to get it spot delivered and in order to give that guy a truth in lending and all that other stuff, they put themselves down as the lender. And what they mean by contingent upon financing is really contingent upon us being able to sell our note. What do you think about that? Yes. Steve, you know, you're one of the few people that recognize that sometimes if there's a new car that's not selling that well, they will send it out the door knowing it's going to come back, and they keep bailment money. They make more money on that damn car than they sell it as a used car. I mean, they know damn well when that car goes out the door, they're never going to get that deal done. But they've got enough money up front to charge this consumer. It's criminal. So what do you do now as far as new stuff? What's trending? Is there anything else you want to do in the auto business for consumers? Okay. All right. Now I gotta go, and I appreciate you being on the show, Steve. And you can find him at stevelato.com, and that's LEHTO. Excuse me. Yeah. At Steve Lato on YouTube, or his website is latoslaw.com, latoslaw.com. We have more coming up. Stick around on the Troubleshooter Show, 303-713-TALK.
Want to Sloan's Lake, City Park, in your neighborhood? Then keep this in mind. 50% of what we send to the landfill can be composted.
Thanks a lot, man. That was great.
52.8.
Yes.
A message from Keep Colorado Beautiful, Niagara Cares, and iHeartRadio.
Consumer advocate Tom Martino, free of the #1 call for breakdown. It's 24/7, the only company offering an extreme check for refurbishment for just $39. Others would charge $100. Partner Colorado Rockies, fix it performs like pros. Go to fixmyhome.com. Book it before it's gone.
KROX HD2.
Looks like Punk Brothers going to be consistent anyway.
630 KL.
It's talking 11 flash.
Radio station.
Guaranteed human.
It's still chuckle. See Punk's picture where his pizza was. Did you see that? Just the gravel. You don't even know where. Like,
Gone down in a box. From the ABC News, ABC's people will fix it for Mark Braddock.
Ron's Revolutionary Guard saying that Guardian was shot down to U.S. fighter jet overnight. Guardian State is releasing images of the weapons of that jet.
ABC has not verified the authenticity of those photos, and the status of that other missing crew member is unknown at this point. The official tells ABC it comes after Ryan State Media for
the agency. You know, straight heavy cream.
There's real cream in the fridge. I know, but there's real cream in the fridge.
So I just say I like black. Okay. Good. Right.
Itself.
Now about
I agree with them. I like it black.
this day news.
Well, I do too, but with cream, it's so much better.
I just choose regular Trident, the original Trident. I'm just like regular Gatorade.
I think that's a wise approach to life in general. I can't get them piece of pizza. You want anything?
No.
Wasn't that awesome?
Not enough to say for job. DC Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas Todd Lamb will step into the role as acting Attorney General. New measles numbers from the Centers for Disease Control finds nearly 1,700 measles cases have been confirmed across 32 states so far this year, while the outbreak in South Carolina has subsided. The outbreak in Utah has seen a sharp rise in the past few weeks. Another chapter in the legal fight between Blake Lively and Justin Valdonia, Judge gutting Lively's highly publicized lawsuit. I'm Mike Kubowski, ABC News.
When you were a little kid and you thought about what you wanted to be, teaching was at the top of your list. But things changed. And as you got older, teaching didn't seem like the best option anymore. So you were thinking you'd be something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Now you want to be a doctor. You don't think teachers save lives? 25 at a time. An actress? Try playing a different role every time the bell rings. How about a scientist? Ever heard of physics? Chemistry? What do you think teaches that? Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, and taking learning far beyond the four walls of the classroom. It's time to recognize that great things are happening in teaching and put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Find out how you can make more at teach.org. Make more. Teach. Brought to you by Teach and the Atkinson.
Okay, how news time? 12:03.
The Colorado Rockies are partnering with the Denver nonprofit We Don't Waste to recover food for those in need. We Don't Waste Carolina song.
So any surplus ingredients that aren't used in preparing the food and any food that doesn't get served, we will actually be able to recover and distribute directly to nonprofits in the area, as well as directly to our community members facing food insecurity.
The song estimates one Rockies home series like this weekend will create a couple thousand pounds of food for the nonprofit. Denver Mayor Mike Johnston is continuing to support a proposal making its way through the city council to put a moratorium on data center construction. Johnston said in an earlier comment that they need time to set the ground rules.
We wanted to take hard to build some ordinance in the city code with the city council to regulate where people go and what their requirements will be to make sure they don't have energy costs and use too much water in and out.
He says he's not opposed to data centers in the city, and this ordinance would apply to those which are under construction. A public hearing and a final vote to come next month. But the latest, I'm Sam Spack.
Now, impact traffic.
These debts. They collect your payments every month, and then they just distribute them to the trust to own your debts. So when they sue you, they don't have standing, but they also know almost nobody understands that. And so the consumer will default and the consumer will lose without raising that defense. Brian Barker, on the other hand, he earns a living raising that defense and countersuing Discover or Cavalry Portfolio Management or any of these other scumbags or AMAX or anybody. And he collects from them under the FDCPA. So he has a counterclaim in every case. He also sues the actual attorney personally who filed that case on behalf of Discover. He sues those attorneys personally in federal court.
Where'd Jeff go?
EuroPlumbingColorado.com is the lowest prices guaranteed. Here's what's happening. Stone Age is 7-Eleven supporting us. Oil is up. It's true. Now, Tom's. It's the Dan Capler Show. For the Good Friday edition of the Dan Capler Show, who in public life is most Christ-like? And why is Christianity surging in Colorado and in America?
It actually isn't surging. I don't know what he's talking about.
It's the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hello and welcome to the show. I'm Tom Martino. This is the Troubleshooter Show. The second half, and welcome. It's car day today. Let's get to some car questions. We had on Steve Leto, which is the premier lemon law attorney around the country. He's in Michigan, and he also has affiliates or people that he knows around the country who can help you with the lemon law. If you have any lemon law questions, give us a call. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Or you can also simply call with any problem, question, or complaint. So guys, you heard him talk about parts and how it's a problem since COVID, and it's not getting any better. They're using it as an excuse. So what would be if we had to put parts in a category, what's the category for getting the worst wait times, the best wait times? What do you think?
Probably the worst are electronic parts, different modules, certain years, certain applications and different things are real. There's still a challenge to get.
Okay.
We suffer with the electronics as well, but there's no two ways about that. One of the big booms been coming down on the way is a lot of transmissions require multiple pistons inside them. And they're on back order, getting the last ones, they're not going to be able to run for another 4 months. Literally, what the paperweight's going to be.
So people just can't use their car or truck.
Mm-hmm.
They can't use it. I mean, that alone scares me because, there's nothing, they're saying they wait to make production runs until they have enough. Before COVID, I'm sorry, they used to fill warehouses and they just decided that I think they started making more money during COVID, not doing that. They thought, wait, this is a line item we can save on. We don't have a big inventory in our warehouse. We can make some money on it.
Inventory is expensive.
Okay, so that's the point, is that you have to have a car where parts are available. So when you go to look for a car, you need to know. So guys, if I called you and said, I'm looking at a Subaru or I'm looking at this or I'm looking at that, can you give people a pretty good idea of whether or not that car can get parts or they're readily available? Can you give me an indication?
Typically we can. And they go in trends. It does. That's what I'm going. Yeah, they go in trends.
So some might be good today, not good.
Not good tomorrow. So you're kind of walking into.
But are there any brands that are chronically late?
We have a huge problem with Toyota.
Toyota, okay. I heard that before too. Naomi, you have a question on healthcare. What's going on, Naomi? Hi. Okay. Yeah. Okay, what is your question? Tell me what you're calling about. Yeah. Okay, now, yeah, okay, if she has equity, does she have equity in that house? Well, let me ask you, how much does she owe money on it? Let's ask that. Does she owe money on it? Okay. Okay, so she has a reverse mortgage. You know how much is on that reverse mortgage? And how much is the house worth? So there's hardly any equity whatsoever. Now, are you sure that letter came from the reverse loan people who said that you could sign it over to them? What they're saying is, if you can't pay off this loan and she's no longer living there, we'll take the house. And that's exactly, they have the first right to take the house. And they have the first, if that's truly from the reverse lender, and if they said you could sign it over to them, that's your option. And then they have a lien on that house, so they can't make you sell it to pay for Medicare, for healthcare or nursing homes or assisted living because she has no equity. You know, I mean, and the state is not going to take the house because there's no equity. So what you do is you got to take care of that reverse mortgage, okay? And you talk to the real lender, make sure it's a real lender. And if you want to sign the house over to them, in lieu of foreclosure, that means they won't come at, they never come after you in a reverse loan anyway. I think they're just trying to let you know that if you can't pay it off, which you have to do once she's no longer living there, if you can't pay it off, sign it over to them. They'll take it. You mean to look it over to make sure it is a legit letter from the lender, or to walk you through that deed? Well, okay, that's a good question. Now, you want someone to help you walk through liquidating that, getting rid of that loan, right? And you want to get rid of the house, right? Okay, got it. So do you, okay, you have to buy the house. You understand that, right? Okay, now make an offer to buy the house, but you have to be ready to buy it. Can you get a loan? Okay. Here's what you need to do. What they're saying is this. They're saying, give them a deed in lieu of foreclosure. In other words, have your mother sign the house over, or make them an offer to buy it. That's what that letter is saying. So you can make an offer. They set a short sale. So they're willing to probably sell it for less than owed. Who knows? You can put in an offer to buy it for $150,000 and see what they say. But when you put an offer in to buy to sell it, to buy it for $150,000, you have to be able to buy it. So can you get a mortgage? Okay. Oh. Okay. I'm going to help you in both aspects. I want you to call John Claes, okay? It's Klaess, okay? And I want you to call, he's at partnerinlending.com. I gotta find, when you go there, we can get his number. Do you have John Clace's number by hand? I have it somewhere, I think. You have it? Okay, I'm gonna put her on hold. You give it to her. Now, when I give you this number, here's what he can do. He's an expert in regular loans and in reverse loans. Both. So here's what he can do. If you show him that letter and tell him that they want an offer on the house and you want to buy it, but you need a loan, he might be able to arrange a loan for you to buy out that reverse loan, and then you'll own the house. Now, I'm assuming your mother is going to go along with this. Well, Naomi, actually, she doesn't have to go along with it if that place is going. I don't know how they're going to offer a short sale. See, I don't know. Is your mother thinking she's going to keep the house? Okay. Was she assigned a guardian? Okay. Well, what would your mother say? What would your mother say about selling you the house? What would she say? No, I don't want to. What would she say? Yeah. Right. Okay. So Naomi, what I want you to do is call John. And here's what you need to tell him. Tell him you want to buy your mom's house. She has a reverse loan and you got a letter from the lender. He'll know what to do. What he can do is he can arrange a loan for you if you qualify for $150,000 or however much you buy it for. And possibly then what he can do is then pay off that reverse for you or talk to the reverse people about getting a payoff. And if they're willing to take a short sale, you might make a great deal on that house. But start with John. He'll know what to do at least, or he'll have a referral. So Ax, I want you to give her the number for John Place right now. 303-713-TALK. Dan has a problem with a Silverado. We'll come right back to Dan. Dan, just hang on for a few minutes. I'll lose Dan over the break. Nobody holds it.
To tell you about the only realtor that makes up the PA loan. I recommend him because he's the only
guy. That's a mess, man.
Home at full price, or could write you a check for $5,000. And he did that in right guarantee because he spends tens of thousands of dollars generating demand. And right now he has hundreds of approved home buyers ready to buy.
Like you're trying to tell her, she needs to get qualified before she can even get started.
Right now, give him a call 720-900-4433. Let me tell you a story. Just last week, Troy listed a house that was on the market for almost a month. You know what? Troy sold it for full price in less than a week. And if for any reason you need to sell right away, Troy will buy your house for all. And it is limited to 7 days. Call Troy and get your home sold for the most money. 720-900-4433. Again, that's 720-900-4433. Troy Hansford with RE/MAX Professionals, a Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions apply. There's more. There's a little more.
You know what? You're right. If you want to pay more, because the top price plus America's best for life. You know what's you're going direct. You know it's low rates and low fees. Scott offers home loans of all kinds, lines of credit. He's also an expert with people that are self-employed. Credit to you financial situation. Often members say no, time you often say yes.
Do you have a Costco? No, you don't go to those. We just had it with Costco that they move stuff around. Yeah, seriously. So like I go there for You know, like the cream sugar from coffee.
And keep this in mind. See what the Sims are they will be composted.
Some of the regular stuff.
Compost car. 5280. A message from Keep Home.
So then, you know, go to the business center to get that. Then the business center doesn't have this. They only have just straight business. Sure.
Do they deliver for free like everybody else?
Yeah. They don't deliver next day. Yeah.
And it's no charge.
Yeah, but I don't mind.
Yeah. It's a nice break delivering on the beach.
Watch all the baby birds walking up to the freaking sample section. Well, I just did that the third time. You just want to start knocking. And they'll knock you over to get to that stand. Yes. What's worse is, you know, during the holidays when they've got sweet stuff out, they'll actually have lines out in front of it. It's like, and it's in the refrigerator, which is the tightest little section anyway. Yeah. But no, if you want to grab like this, and like a rotisserie chicken for dinner or something like that, you can't go because they don't have this here. They got that over there, and so they change. You know, because we have followed waters and stuff.
What do they get for a chicken?
$4.99.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
It's a 5-pound chicken. Oh, that's huge.
Can't be funny.
Where you at?
It's $1 a pound.
Yes.
They charge $1 a pound for.
They charge more for the raw chicken than they do the grilled chicken.
I wonder if they're stolen.
They have their own chicken point.
I believe you.
It's the last leader, and it's at the back of the store. It's the same thing with the hot dogs. The hot dogs are $1.50.
Yeah, I heard Coke. How's their pizza?
Good.
And it's also like $1.50.
Exactly. Costco. They have lost leaders and stuff. Yeah, in their food court. $1.50 for a quarter-pound hot dog and a soda.
It's not knowing who you can trust. That's why
I like the chickens. I could eat those every night. Rotisserie chicken.
Soup and
Oh, yeah.
640 eats the third.
Yeah, save up the bones and carcasses.
that's what I do, and I make a stock.
And break them up in there and you hang on to them, and then you get 2 or 3. Like some little broth.
Yeah. Stock out of every rotisserie chicken. On the bones and skin.
I eat it.
I'm not a big fan.
It's the best part of the rotisserie. Yeah.
If it's crunchy, I
Like
like
when
it.
you deep fry the turkey,
Yeah,
the skin's like potato
yeah,
chip.
I agree. If it's the crunchy skin, I'll eat it, but most of it isn't crunchy.
Yeah.
Most of it is like,
Yeah.
like soap scone.
No, this is. That's why you try.
I like it all.
Yeah. Like we do fried rib. Yeah, I did that once too. That was a little scary. Well, you look at the price of it, $120 thing is you drop it into the pot. Crap, I hope I ruined it. Okay, that's all I used to do it for an hour. About 4 minutes a pound. Yeah. Turkey, 16-pound turkey is about 45-50 minutes. It goes fast. And most of today is digital models. I use Chef IQ. I don't know what you use. You drop them right inside the oil and everything else. Yeah. Yeah, Wi-Fi programs. Just put the temperature probe in. You can monitor on your phone and turn off temp. It's pretty cool. My brother and I used to fry like 5 or 6 turkeys every Thanksgiving. Because that was because you want them done before grandma got it done next door. And if you want leftovers, bring a turkey. If you don't bring a turkey, you ain't taking turkey home. Yes.
As a founding partner of iHeart.
Well, that works out well too, because you're not wasting all that oil. Exactly. It's me, yes, to fire all that up for one turkey.
Grocery stores. With the Capital One.
And I know people say they strain it and whatnot, put it back in, reuse the cheesecloth or something. I don't know. So we made every mistake known to man the first couple of years. Overfill it. We overfilled the one time because they said the thing about the water and then you mark the level. I'm like, ah. Now I know why they did that.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-8255. Call Compass Insurance Group for your insurance checkup. Make sure you're not paying too much for insurance. They'll do an independent, honest to goodness evaluation of your insurance situation free of charge. Home and auto, 303-996-9000. That's Compass Insurance Group, 303-996-9000. So Dan is next. He has a problem with a car. If Jay will hang on, I do want to hear what he has to say about Naomi and the reverse loan. Right now, Dan, so hang on, Dan. Jay. Dan, what's happening with you and your Silverado? What year is your Silverado? A 2023. Yeah, go. Okay, go ahead. And what is the total mileage now? Okay. So yeah. So what is your question? What is the problem exactly? Will they fix it under warranty?
Well, they have persistent problems with the NAMs and the active fuel management. There's known issues. A lot of times when guys get into it, when they do repair it, they're actually retrofitting them back to more conventional. So they're taking that, they're deleting basically that active fuel management. Yeah, exactly. There's a good possibility that's what you're experiencing, but without seeing what exactly they did, I don't know if I'm talking to myself here or not. But he's right. There's a lot of known issues.
Guys, how would you know without looking at it?
There's no, you could, because you could also have a cam problem now that they didn't replace before. So there could be more damage or more problems than you have the first time.
It seems like a lot of problems for such a low mileage vehicle.
It's the platform. Like he said, it's the delete. They actually delete cylinders using lifters to save on fuel.
That's crazy.
It's way old. It's actually old technology. It is. The Capital 864s is what they used to call them. And it was a terrible system.
It went from 8 cylinder to 6 to 4?
Correct. Back to the 4s, yeah. That was back in the early 80s. Yeah. But now they're able to actually do it actively inside the motor and using the computer to do it instead of bulky solenoids.
So this goes the same 864?
They can, yeah. They can do just about any combination, and then it just depending on how many cylinders running will determine which cylinders they keep active.
Oh my goodness! So it actually shuts down cylinders
for fuel economy. Yeah, yep.
For fuel economy.
Yep.
Go ahead. You just need to take it to one of these guys for.
Well, if it's still under warranty,
that's
is it under the dealership warranty, the manufacturer warranty? Yep. Sure. Yep. Absolutely. Right. A lot of people.
So.
Yep.
Dan, you're not the original owner, are you? Okay. Huh. If they can't fix it, well, see, the lemon, he's outside the lemon law. He waited too long.
Well, the truck waited too long because it's just now manifesting again.
See, I'm wondering if there's anything we can do for him. The dealer, I don't think knows what they're doing. You might want to try another dealer if it's under warranty. You don't have to keep going back to the same dealer. Maybe you should try another dealer. They're not all created the same. Jay, what is your comment on Naomi? Naomi called and has a real problem. Her mom's is in the hospital with dementia. There's a reverse loan on the house, and Naomi wants to buy the house, keep it in the family. What's your comment, Jay? Yeah, but with the quick claim deed, of course, it's not going to supersede the reverse loan. The reverse loan is still there. But why wouldn't she just, if she's gonna get a loan, just get a general warranty deed? Why a quit claim? Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. You're saying just to get a simple signature on a quit claim deed, but then they still have to go about satisfying that reverse loan with the new loan. But I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, Jay. Jay is saying that a quit claim deed, of course, all a quit claim deed is deeding what you own over to the other person. If you don't own anything, you can't quit claim it. But it is saying what a quit claim deed really says is whatever I own in this property is now yours. So I could literally quit claim to you a government building. Well, because all that deed is saying is whatever I own, I'm quit claiming to you, which means I'm quit claiming nothing to you. It's not a general warranty deed, and quit claim deeds are used for quick situations. They're not called quick, they're quit, as in I quit the job. So they quit, they're quitting their claim on that and giving it to you. So if she got a quit claim deed, she would then have ownership of the house when it's paid off. So then she'd get a loan, pay off the reverse loan, and then she would give that deed as a trust deed to her lender. I don't know, that might be complicated, but we'll see. 303-713-8255.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino. Now, Dan Kaplis today at 4, 6:30 KHOW, Denver. Now, impact traffic.
Getting closer to game time, that cooler field, more and more traffic for so there will delays that they are down to the field. Lots of pedestrians. I can find them just a few on the side, but not really in the direction. It's like a kind of big story, so 70 around like good traffic, that's up.
This report is sponsored by the Our American Stories podcast.
This is Lee McGee, host of Our American Story. On our next episode, we'll tell the tale of what happened when two U.S. congressmen dueled. Right? You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Story. Attention, patriotic Americans. To honor the 250th anniversary of American independence, the United States Mint is striking a groundbreaking American Silver Eagle bullet. The 1776 to 2026 W American Silver Eagle was the first dual-dated coin in this series' history. It's inspiring to many pay tribute to our nation's founding fathers, the Declaration of Independence in 1776, and the spirit of the American Revolution that 2026. Now is your chance to get this first of its kind dual-dated American Silver Eagle in perfect proof 70 Ultra Cameo condition.
That other one that I did never came up. That other one I did one just saying why it's sound. And it just says upcoming. So it just never registered.
Well, the YouTubies are happy for now. I mean, this is like better than nothing for them as far as being able to hear. Yeah, they're going back. I appreciate that I always know your coffee cream is fresh.
Oh yeah, where is it? Where is the coffee?
Would you like some coffee? I'll get you some. I'll get you some.
I would love it with a sweet loaf. Thank you so much.
Just one sweet loaf?
Yeah,
It's like 3/4 of it.
yeah.
I think when he
Listen
does,
to you.
oh, seriously, he pinches it.
Yeah, I
and so do I.
Okay,
Pinches it
perfect.
and then a little bit of that cream.
Okay.
Oh yeah, 100 grams. Okay, but 1 ounce. Yeah, that was only American Eagle. It's a real American Eagle for 4,800. So let me see what the current spot is. Earlier, it goes. Yeah. So, I mean,
Where do you get yours from?
Oh, Kitco, that's all. Yes, see, they're still malfunctioning. Today's only, they think that they show no change for gold and no change for silver, so they've been hacked. They broke down.
Well, the markets are closed today too. Because of Good Friday. No, the stock market is on top of the gold market.
No, the market is still open. Yeah, but the futures market is trading. So June gold is 47.02. And what is that price?
47.
That's a pretty good premium for a one-ounce gold eagle. It's a very good premium. Gold is still trading. It will be trading.
47, basically. So now, was this an American plane or was this an Israeli plane?
It was illegally set as a U.S.
Well, the U.S. plane, but it was Israel flies a plane down.
I think when they say U.S. plane means owned and operated.
That's
Otherwise, they would have said it's Israeli 15 shut down.
It just didn't dawn on me until they made a note in there that Israel did not rescue the pilot. I don't know why he bothered interjecting that.
Thank you.
I hope I did the sweet note right.
Hope you pinched it right.
Pinched the.
Hopefully I pinched it right, John.
It looks like they rescued one of the pilots.
Yeah, we got one. They've shut down airstrikes and they're searching for the other one.
What do we have, a plane down? Is that what it is? One of the crew members is missing? Sucks.
You know, they never did explain why that airborne tanker crashed. There's a KC-135 went down.
Function or whatever they said it was it or.
Yeah, or my prediction is a mid-air collision while refueling. Oh,
That's awesome.
especially in the war zone. Kuwait shut down 3 US breeds. I'll bet you there was a check FedEx to the US from Kuwait before those planes hit the ground.
It's my fancy scheduling system right here.
As long as it works.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. A guy texted me, wants to know the perfect car. He has to have one car. He's getting older. He doesn't want to have a car in a truck. He doesn't want to have a car in an SUV or an SUV in a car. But if he had to have one all-around vehicle, that is a great question. What is the perfect car or truck? If you had to pick one, Dimitri, you may want to weigh in on this because you know, I know you have your certain loves, but they're in different categories.
He likes to drive that couch all over the place.
Exactly. Tom, I think the input from Jeff and Kevin is going to be much more valuable than mine. But until a few months ago, I've only had one car at a time my whole life. And the one that I've been driving for 10 years is my only car. It's a perfect all-around car. It's a nice Toyota 4Runner. I bought it with 96,000 on the clock. It's a 08, and today I noticed it's got 211,000 on it. Still runs better than new.
So would you say that is the perfect all-around car? Not for a family, would it be?
Well, why not? I mean, it's a mid-size SUV. It's
Like a Highlander, be a little bit bigger, but a Highlander is the same kind of platform, just a little bigger.
the Highlander's bigger than a 4Runner now. Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm just not familiar with the Highlander. But that's one really good all-around vehicle.
And what do you think, Jeff?
Well, I don't think you can pick one. I mean, it is, what one guy wants or what one guy feels good with is not going to fit the next guy. You can't.
No, I'm not talking about two guys. I'm talking about, it's like if you had to pick a perfect car all around for your needs, if you had to pick a perfect car all around, I thought what came near for me was the Avalanche.
Oh, yeah.
A 4-door Avalanche. Wasn't it 4-door? Yeah. Yeah. You got a beautiful cab, beautiful performance, not that big, and it had a big enough bed of a pickup. It was and you could cover it with the covers. So you could have other stuff back there. I don't know.
I mean, for me, if I had to pick one for me, it has to be a pickup. Generally, it's going to have to be, you know, a 3/4 ton or bigger, just because of some of the things I do in my lifestyle, moving equipment, you know, doing forestry work, hunting. There's all sorts of things I need that truck for.
And, but in any case, the bottom line is, I don't think there is one all around, but I do think you would have to have all-wheel drive.
Oh, yeah.
I would say the characteristics, it would have to be all-wheel drive. It would have to be 4-door.
Mhm.
All right. That, I mean, unless of course it's a truck with just a small cab. You're not talking about a cab with a back seat, right?
No, mine's got, I can see 6 of my truck.
Most of them are 4-doors, man. The F-150, the quad, you know, 4-door.
Yeah, anymore, a single cab kind of sticks out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
On the road.
Okay. So when you say 4, did you mean that little half door?
No, I have four full doors. Yeah.
So they used to call those king cabs.
Yes.
But now you're saying that's
quad.
okay. But are you saying it right now though that most vehicles come that way?
Yeah.
4-door?
Yes.
And then what, a 6-foot bed?
Yes. 4.5 or 6 foot. Yeah.
Okay. And they were never bigger than that, were they?
With the beds, yeah. So you can get 8 foot.
You can get 8 foot, but it looks like a limo. It's huge.
Let me take Andrew here. Andrew, go ahead. What's happening, Andrew? What's going on? Right.
Your feet still work, right?
Yeah. Walk.
Yeah. Why? I don't understand that. Well, I kind of know what they mean. They want to know he's really going to buy it if everything goes smoothly. He doesn't want you to sign a contract though, right? He just this is what I don't understand. Agree to a price means what? Get it under contract or just agree to a price in theory? Wait a minute. And then what? After they write the numbers, then what? But it's not an obligation to buy it. Well, I don't know either. It doesn't sound good. I wouldn't do it. I mean, you tell them that, you know, but then again, but seriously though, take it from the dealer's perspective. If they have a car or a truck and you want to take it to get checked out, how do I know you're even in the ballpark? You see, wait. Shouldn't you pre-qualify the buyer somewhat? I mean, somewhat.
To some degree, but if it requires a signature of any kind, I don't think so. I mean, if he takes it over to council,
What if it needs $3,000 worth of work?
Well,
you still want it, but you're not going to buy it for that price.
That's okay. See, that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
How do you put that into writing?
You avoid it completely.
well, it doesn't even have to be a serious problem. Maybe he found $1,000 worth of suspension work that needs to be done. Just deferred maintenance or whatever the case may be. It may not be enough to break the deal for the car, but hey, let's talk again about what we're actually going to pay for this thing.
Yeah, well then, I think that's crazy. But I see what these guys are saying. You sign your name and for pick a price. What range is this in? Do you know what range this will be in at all? All right, you sign it for 21. It needs $3,000 worth of work. Does that mean you have to buy it for 21? Yeah, no, you can't do that. Well, tell them the whole reason to check out the truck is to find out what it needs. So I guess, what can you just tell me who the dealer is? Interstate Toyota. Yeah. I wouldn't do it. You can tell them that you're willing to pay what it's worth up to this. I mean, do you have a budget, by the way? What are they asking for that truck? Or that, is it a truck or a car? What are they asking for? How much? Okay. Are you willing, if it's in perfect shape, to pay the 22? Okay, then you have to tell them that. Say, look, here's where I'm at. If this car needs no work, I'm willing to pay $21,000. Put that in writing. Put that in writing. If it needs absolutely no work, I'm willing to pay $21,000. If it needs work, I will subtract from the 21. I mean, you got to put something to protect yourself. Again, I'm not giving you legal advice, but otherwise you can be tricked. Here's the other thing I want to know, though. How many miles on that did he say? How many miles? That's good. Listen, I've got to tell you, man, you got to do something to protect yourself. I would just be inclined not to do it. I think, but they have a right to pre-qualify you. You can tell them, look, I'm looking in the neighborhood of 21 grand. I don't want to pay more. So if this checks out, I would pay it. But if it needs work, I need consideration off of the 21. Are we even in the same ballpark? Just tell them that. I mean, and maybe they can pre-qualify you another way. Don't let them run a credit check, though. That'll be screwed up.
Well, anytime you're signing anything, there's some sort of.
It depends on what it says. I have no idea.
Implication, but
yeah, I have no idea what it means. I mean, that's why you shouldn't sign it if you don't know what it means. I mean, we can't. Send us a copy of what it looks like. Ask him for a blank deal sheet. I mean, I don't know what they put down there. See, I know what these guys want to do. They really want to force him into agreeing to it, saying, if it doesn't need anything, will you buy it for this? I don't feel good about it. So I guess my answer is that if they can't trust you to do that, then forget it. But at the same time, Andrew, it's not fair to them because let's say there is no way in hell they're going to sell it for less than 21 or less than 22. Well, then you shouldn't take it to get it checked out. You're wasting money and because you have to pay to get it done. You're going to waste $200 or however much, 120. You're going to waste it. So you want to know you're in the same ballpark. I guess the way I would approach it is this. I would say this. Okay, I'm willing to pay this much money if it doesn't need anything. If I need to put money into it, it has to come off that price. At least you guys have an understanding. Because Andrew, I'm afraid you go get it checked and you bring it back and it doesn't need any work. They're going to say to you, okay, it's 22.5 and we're not moving. So you want to do it as much for you as for them. Get to a price of some kind if it needs no work. And then tell them you'll subtract from that for anything it needs. You know, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? That's the problem. It's true.
As soon as I first, he's all the way up in Frederick. Actually, hey, you're going to be putting a few miles going down to see. It'd probably be a better sell taking it up to compensate trips. Could be. Because he should be closer. Significantly, actually. Much. That'd be a good test drive. Best breaks out on the side. This is the car. He said that made anything. Well, right now, he's a tow.
Thank you, Suze.
You're welcome.
Interact.
Sugar.
All right. If you want the guaranteed lowest price for your plumbing work, EuroPlumbingColorado.com. Water heaters, $14.99. You heard me. They're tankless experts as well. And they do repiping. There are some people who need to get that done. It can be very expensive, but Europlumbing says, I'll do it. I'll do it lower than anyone else. PEX piping. That's perfection. That's lifetime piping. You never have to worry about that pipe leaking rotting. You don't have to worry about it freezing. That's Europlumbing, Colorado.com. Europlumbingcolorado.com will do water heaters, anything you need, lower priced than anyone. 720-500-3000. 720-500-3000. All right, let's talk about solar systems. Now, right now, the incentives for solar systems are on commercial systems. That means you can be a landlord. Put it on your apartment house, your duplex, your triplex. You know what you can do? You can get the government to pay for 70 to 90% of it. Then you can charge tenants for electricity, still save them money, and you make money on top of rent. So you make money both with power and with rent. You can do that and have the government pay for what, 70 to 90%? Alliance Roof and Solar can show you how. You can also do solar fields and sell power. You can have a commercial business at home and possibly qualify for a commercial system. That's redrocksrs.com, redrocksrs.com, 303-704-2449, 303-704-2449. I'm going to tell you something. She needs to change that website to her name. For some reason, she doesn't do it, and it confuses the shit out of consumers.
Yeah, I think probably just in her current situation with health, I'm thinking it's just not a priority, but I get you, Tom.
But all it is a changeover on GoDaddy.
Yeah.
It takes 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Yeah, Mark said she might be, like, I asked Mark about it, and he was like, look, she could have that website tied to other marketing she's trying to die down or whatever. But what I'll do is I'm going to give her a few more weeks and address that with her because I'm still trying to get her into the show as well.
Another thing was fried turkey. Well, that says it right on the box. Even don't put the hot oil back into the container. Did you do that too? Well, we didn't dump it all. It was just because when it started to melt, it was overflowing. So we're trying to scoop some out and put it back in there. That's how we made every mistake there was.
That's right. When was this?
Oh, probably 10, 12 years ago. Yep. You see people trying to drop in there when they're still partially frozen by their garage as they burn their garage down. Yeah. That we do better. Yeah. It's just that whole oil level thing. First time I did the prime rib, though, I made the mistake of taking it from the fridge to the so it was cold. Well, it didn't the oil didn't care. But the cook was weird just because it took so long to get to the center. Yes, I needed to let it sit out and get the room temp before I put it in there. It's a nice crust on it, though, when it's done. Yeah, it was a thick crust on it. But you want to talk about rendered fat? Yes.
Prior to this, our sampler packed with 7 plant protein bars, 4 hydration mixes, 4 advanced coffee seeds. Plain ingredients, amazing taste, and not how you feel. You feel smarter, hydrate hard.
I was kind of upset. Low on towel, so I went to do it for us because you're a couple of weeks back. Yeah, but they already filmed that thing for me. Serious? Yeah. Where'd you get it? From the guys I buy my beef from. So okay. I'll always have a whole brisket, but yeah, sections them off into 2 flats at 2 points. But when I took it out of there, I'm thinking, okay, cool, I've got some. I can at least make some more tallow. Open it up on there to trim. You don't have that problem you get them at Costco. You get about 3 pounds of it. That's it, because they have to try to pound.
You know what Matt from Paragon was saying yesterday? I didn't know this. You can is it Shamrock Food Warehouse it's down in town?
Yeah,
you can go in there and shop and get briskets. I didn't know for a good idea. Not that I do it, just a tool.
You don't have to pay that much cheaper or anything, but they have totally different stuff that Costco does.
But what about quality?
Hit and miss. I mean, it's food service quality stuff. It's not.
Yeah, because we feel like Costco is pretty good quality.
See, when our freezer went down a couple of years ago, so we lost our beef. And so we ended up having to buy ranch and regular on Costco. I never got a single piece of meat out of there.
Really?
So you gotta shop it. It's not all good. Yeah. The thing that I hate is even on steaks on a burger. Just regular burger, you can compare it to your Costco.
I've never been able to do that, but I hear it's amazing what you're talking
What,
about.
doing what?
Yeah, like having a fresh,
Well, they sell the grass-fed organic beef at Costco, which is 10 times better than their brand. But, you know, just in the 1.5 pound square.
it is. I've never tried it. It's really worth it.
Oh, yeah, and shoulders.
Mark's gonna hate both of us. I'm gonna have to try that.
And it's literally actually. So,
Hi, Tom Martino here, and I welcome you to the show, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255, renewhomeinnovations.com. Beautiful walk-in showers, Italian porcelain, done in 2 or 3 days with 30 days to pay no interest. Renewhomeinnovations.com, 303-904-2000. Now, let's talk. I got some card questions here that came in. First, let me get to this one. I got a couple texts about the woman the woman in a assisted living or nursing home, memory care, whatever it is, and she has a reverse loan on her house. And the mortgage company said, you know, you can sign over the house, a deed in lieu of foreclosure, or you can make a short sale offer. Apparently, she's got 150 on it. It's worth 200. And possibly, quite possibly, that loan was 150 when she took it out, but it could be way more than that. So no matter what, some of these texters tell me if she sells it under market or in a short sale, she could be imputed income for Medicaid purposes, and they may not like that. Here's what I say you do. You get that house appraised. I mean, that's what you do. Now, if you buy, there's nothing wrong with or you do a quick kind, excuse me, you do this. You have them take it over and then you can buy it from them. But because if it's a deed in lieu of foreclosure, they can't say there was equity there. They just can't say it. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So in other words, you get in trouble. Here's what they're trying to tell me. If you have a house and sell it cheaper than you should, and your kids buy it, then you want to go into a nursing home and use Medicaid? No, you can't do that. You can't sell things for less than they're worth. Okay? So bottom line is they should either put it on the market or do a deed in lieu of foreclosure or have it appraised. And that way they can dispel that notion that they're selling it way under market. I'm Tom Martino. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. 303-713-8255. Stick around for more.
That's an anytime you buy from the supermarket or anything, it's all been gone. There's a chlorine-based wash that all that has to go through.
And that affects taste.
Oh, yeah, drastically.
All is not organic, though, right?
Not organic. No, organic. If it's for resale, they have to wash it. So if you were to get in my freezer, you pull out any piece of beef inside there, or I also sometimes will buy a hog. But that's all the packages say, not for resale.
The thing that drives crazy with Costco steaks, you want to get like some ribeyes or something, usually like 3 in a pack or 4 in a pack or something.
So go ahead.
No, I do that all the time too. But I mean, I'm just gonna go in and get something. And you look, one of them's obviously an amp. And I asked the guy, it's like, can you rewrap this? And he's looking at me like, it's like, well, why not turn it upside down so you can see it's an amp? You get the nice pretty side, and when you take it out, you get a nasty, so how do you guys even put that in? But no, you're right. I get the whole roast. The business center, I suppose, for about 3 pounds.
I still have never been there.
The business center, for meat stuff, it's good because they have so much of it.
Do you like it better than regular Costco?
Only because you have more choices. Not that the meat is any better or different. It's the same meat, but if you want ribs, you don't have like 3 packs to choose from. You have like 30.
Okay, gotcha.
So if you want bigger, smaller, thinner, bigger, whatever you're looking for. And then they have different cuts, like the different pork belly and stuff that are there.
Gotcha.
Sirloin flap steak, which I've been getting. I love that for like carne asada.
Really?
Yeah. And it's a whole lot cheaper too. I was like, you start looking at steaks.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of sickening.
Yeah.
D is a Whole Foods guy for his meat.
He's a millionaire.
Oh, yeah, it's the millionaire's meat.
No, I just have millionaire's pepper.
That's what's got him. That's why you get all the whining out.
I feel like I am never opening my big mouth again. I was bragging about your recipe. And I had my girlfriend tell me, please wait to make it till the fall. We'll make it together when it's nice and chilly out. And I'm like, anyway.
It says you can still make it.
I know. It's like, well, I'll committed or something. Like I'm going to be cheating on the girl if I make it ahead of time.
Actually,
What is it? Beef, how do you say it?
Bourguignon.
Bourguignon.
You gotta stick your nose there.
I can do that.
This will give you the opportunity to refine the recipe more to your liking. So you can show her the fall how to really make.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Plus, you need to.
You don't find it's chilly weather kind of meal, do you? Would you make it in the summer?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
What are we making?
Beef
Your own.
like a wine sauce.
It's French.
And you can use some of your millionaire pepper.
You know it.
Because remember how my recipe calls for 1 packet of the free pizza pepper?
Oh,
You
oh,
can
forget that.
see, yeah.
Well, it's typically a fall dish because it's a stew. I mean, that would be the only, It's just deep rice and wine with carrots, onions, garlic, that kind of thing. But it's braised.
Thyme, rosemary.
You just need to know the seven signs. Look for FAST. FAST.
It looks really good.
So,
How well do you cook the meat?
Well, you just brown it and then you put it in stew for like 2 hours.
it's a pot roast.
So it's like a,
So you want to break it down like so that
yeah.
Yeah, it's meant to
So
be.
you're not using prime.
so you want to get it up over 200.
It's straightforward. For about 300.
The temperature of the meat.
Oh, I don't know which temperature the meat.
Yeah, it'll be over 200. Because you want to break connective tissue and everything else. And so,
Homeowners today, festivities taking place all day. Now,
but some of those chuck roasts, I'm gonna try to cook it like a brisket.
That works good.
Yeah.
That does. But I mean, anymore, there's not much of a difference in the price.
Yeah. I hate that. You go look for brisket 5-6 pounds.
Well, see, that's generally about the size of the brisket I have because I always get cut up, which I mean, it's just the two of us, so that works out pretty well.
Yeah.
You know, because we'll have the dinner, we can save a portion of it, and warm it up later, but the rest of it's probably just going to
See,
take.
I always cook it. They go because we use it like 28 different ways after. Usually use little packages of it already cooked.
Yeah, we usually use it in chili.
Chili with it. She likes to make this curried beef. Put that in there.
I don't like anything curry.
No,
Really?
Yeah, same with
not spicy like yellow curry. It's a brown part. You know, looks just like this.
it's just a small hurts my stomach.
retail and concession stands.
Love brisket tacos and stuff.
Those are good.
Now,
Yeah.
impact traffic.
Better as breakfast tacos.
Yeah,
Those are eggs.
some eggs on it. Yeah. Well, you can eat extra dinner. It's okay. You treat
I didn't say what's time of day I was eating. But technically, the first meal of any day is breakfast. Yep.
Break fast. You get a Junior Child's accent when you start cooking your beef.
Yeah, Dee.
We're talking about my recipe for beef bourguignon. Fun to me for being so fancy.
That's funny.
More like the Swedish chef.
I don't know if I've ever had that beef for you.
Facing a job loss, considering a pension buyout, a severance package.
I'm imagining that.
Hi, I'm Linda.
Oh. Hey, Axe, can you hear me? The one you're about to reply to, like, no good, we're thanks. You'd never reply to him. I can't hear you, but just never reply. It's all good. I'll text him.
For details, 800-362-8370. Your retirement money is safe. My money, my way. Here's what's happening. You're on nearing completion and the Stone Age is still going to let unsupporting allies. And take care of the passage. Oilism. Capital Show. 4 to 6. Friday, so the Good Friday edition of the Capital Show.
Like liverwurst?
I love chicken.
Chicken liver's good. Okay, yeah, just liver, just liver. Like dip truck? Dip truck? I don't know that I've tried it.
It's the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hello, Tom Martino here. It's car day. We got Kevin Calkin with us from Sheridan Auto Tech, Jeff Vick, Kimmer Transmissions, and we're talking about anything near and dear to your heart and pocketbook. It can be car related if you want it to be. And I do want to get to some of these questions. So, hold on, because I had a few that were texted again. People say, what is your text number? We like when you call, but here's the bottom line. Fact of life is a lot of you like doing texting. So here's the number, 747-999-5280, 747-999-5280. Okay, but when I'm driving, my temperature creeps up, and it creeps up, and it gets near too high, but then it cools down again, but it creeps up. It never stays in the middle where it used to be. So what is a creeping up temperature gauge telling you?
I'd take the coolant level first, maybe low.
And you could have a sticky thermostat. You've got a fan clutch going out. So you've got multiple options there.
Okay, so it's something wrong though. If it doesn't stay at one
It
temperature.
should regulate itself, yes.
And okay, here's the other one. Who is the okay, by the way, are there any oversold jobs that you see that people pay for they shouldn't have to pay for, or that they do they don't need? What are some of the things that you think are oversold in a shop that don't, that you say they're it's oversold? Do you like, let's just say
common practice that, when you go in, somebody's getting an inspection or they've got this small job, and then a lot of places come out with this laundry list of stuff that they say is wrong on your car. Well, and that may very well be. You may need all these things, but there are certain things that are priorities that need to be done, and some things that can wait to be done later. But they'll definitely try to go through the throat when they come out with those lists.
Okay, what about third-party warranties? Are there any ones that you guys find worth the damn? Any extended or any repair where they don't give you a hard time to make a repair?
They all give you a hard time.
Yeah, no, it's 50-50. I mean, you fly through with the one, you call them the next day, and they're paying.
Yeah, it's like going to the DMV. You never know who you've got on the other side of the phone.
Yeah.
So basically, you're saying that
And they're a hassle enough that a lot of places charge an administration fee. If we're going to be dealing with your warranty company, or they raise the labor rate per hour, we have to deal with your warranty company, because you spend so much extra time working.
Well, then they want to send an adjuster. So you have to have your tech with a lift with the adjuster for 20-30 minutes inspecting the car, even after all the paperwork stuff.
one guy said he took his car to be diagnosed, and he decided he wanted to wait on the repairs, and the shop wanted to be paid for the diagnosis. Now, you can't assume that you ask someone to find out what's wrong with your car, that's going to be free.
Mm-hmm.
But do they have to tell you up front? If I say, can you?
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
when I drop my car off and say, I need to find out what's this wrong, should they let you know it's going to be $150 or $200 to find?
100%.
Yeah, it's actually defined by law.
Yep.
Okay. They want to know, as far as oil change intervals, does it matter where they drive and how they drive? This guy's in the country, they have dirt roads. Does that make a difference? Or does that not?
I would say it makes more of a difference as far as changing out your air filter than it does for your oil.
Okay, so as far as oil change intervals, what do you guys do on your own vehicles?
I do 5,000 miles. Synthetic oil.
Again, I'm between 6,000 and 7,000 miles.
Let's say, so nowadays, what would be a good, five is good, 6 is good.
Yeah, this is the cheapest way you can maintain or, try to maximize the life of that vehicle. Why people are so resistant to do preventative maintenance is baffling.
Okay, aftermarket parts. Okay, they were told by their mechanic that aftermarket parts are every bit as good as OEM nowadays. What do you guys think? Okay, then let's analyze that. Aftermarket, for those listening, are parts that are made by other than the manufacturer. Okay, OEM is original equipment manufacturer. So when you say that, if you had to pick stuff that is slam dunk, don't bother with the manufacturer, you don't need to, or stuff where you wouldn't do anything but the manufacturer, how would you classify those? Really? What are some things that you feel that the factory does best and you wouldn't mess with it? Is there anything?
I wouldn't say so. No, not really. I mean, you've got so many aftermarket parts manufacturers that, it's just like going out and buying a TV. You can get a junk one, you can get a good one. It's just a matter of what you're going to spend on it and knowing the quality of the product. So it can go either way. There are certain things that, we want to stick with dealership grade simply because of the
Give me an idea, Kev or Jeff, like something you're going to always go to the dealer for. Is there one thing you would always go to the dealer for?
There's some electronic parts that we stick with OE.
Primarily right now, it's like this market because you've got a much bigger ear to talk to if you've got a problem.
Yeah.
All right. My check engine light comes on, but it goes off after a while of driving. So what does that mean? It doesn't stay on.
It means that the computers recognize the problem and order to prompt that light. So there's code stored in there. Mm-hmm. If you've run a certain number of key cycles or driven a certain amount of time, okay, now it hasn't seen it for a while, so it's just going to turn the light off. It's not recognized that. It has still stored that code. It's still viable. It's still in there.
So if the engine light comes on for more than when you start it up, that 10 seconds or 5 seconds, if it comes on, it is the sign of something to check, even if it goes off again.
Absolutely. Yes.
And what will the code tell you?
It'll just tell us what the computer saw at that time.
And that's why the engine light goes on. Is it always saying the computer is finding something when the engine light goes on?
Yes.
So, and is it somebody said they thought they shouldn't drive with an engine light on? Is that true or false?
Flashing.
Oh, I had a text on flashing. Somebody said theirs was flashing. Is that what is that?
Typically a misfire, which can cause damage to your catalytic converter and other issues if you drive it.
Okay. This one, I think I can even. What is the whining sound when I'm turning the wheel? By the way, this is a lightning round. I hate to do that to you, but I'm not reading. Trust me, you don't want me to read the whole thing. What is the whining sound? What's caused by that? Oh, yeah. What is the whining sound when you're turning?
It's generally going to be related to your power steering pump.
It's cavitating, so you got to hear the pump.
So you're hearing it kind of move.
Whining. Yeah.
I've also heard that sound produced by a slipping belt on an old power steering.
It's more of a screech,
Yeah, this is screech.
Far more common when you first fire it up.
Yeah, when it's cold, it screeches.
So it used to be back in the day, we used to keep a bar of soap on your hose. So you fire them up and we touch the bar of soap, let it coat it, so shut it up.
Here's a question I never had about batteries. Should people just routinely have a time period for batteries and not wait for it to quit, or do you wait to have problems with a battery? And I never even thought of that. Do you check batteries on normal service calls?
Oh yeah, we check them with just a normal oil change and everything else. We have a little
How do you just check it?
Just plug a meter in
and say, hey, your battery's dead. Well, how do you tell what battery needs replacing? Is it time sensitive? I mean, how long do they last?
It's one of those things that they're good, and then the next day they're not.
So do you preemptively ever change batteries because they're old?
Not something's done, but it's probably.
I don't think anybody ever. I don't think there's a person alive that says my battery's getting old. I think I should change it.
No, they don't even maintain it. They don't clean the posts. They don't do anything. It's probably the most neglected part of the car.
So what
really good for about 5 years, typically.
Well, 5 is a long time. I didn't think they'd last that long. Yeah. But they can last.
Can go 5 years too.
And that can change too.
So you're telling me there is a service on a battery. What would you do to service a battery? Keep it clean.
Clean the terminals. Yeah, that's the main thing. And why you can't get a full charge on it?
Why would the terminals get dirty anyway?
It's just chemical reaction.
It's gassy. So the acid inside literally gases and it's attracted to that soft metal, that lead at your terminals.
Okay. Somebody wants to know how do you get an estimate this far apart? But I'm not going to read the whole letter. I guess here's the bottom line. Why are estimates all over the board? I mean, I would demand to look at the work order and make sure that you're getting quoted for the same stuff.
Absolutely. But there's certain things, we'll quote with other jobs that maybe somebody else won't. If I'm going to do a radiator, I'm not going to put the old hoses on the new radiator. I'm not going to put an old cap on there, different things. So is that an upsell or is that just a service to make sure it's done right?
So for the difference in estimates, what you want to make sure of is that you're comparing apples with apples.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they could be related to the parts they're putting on too. You had a case here just a couple of months ago with a lady that had a fuel pump that was an issue. It ended up going at the top and they put a quality fuel pump in it, which was much more expensive, but it fixed the problem.
Somebody says, hello, gentlemen, there's no doubt in my mind that Toyota 4Runner is the best vehicle. Is this you? No. I thought, no, that's not your number. I bought a 2011 and 2012 with 8,000 miles on it. No, you did not. This is bull. Just recently crossed over the 1,000 miles. Oh, come on.
That's insane.
And more importantly, what?
I can see it.
More importantly, almost all of my car is original equipped. The only thing I've done is replace, a regular scheduled maintenance and fluid changing is a new alternator battery and a battery. That's all they've done. And I recently put new front struts and shocks on it. Thank you so much for your show. Okay, so are you kidding me? 300,000 miles and not do a transmission?
That's unusual, but that's not. Well, not absolutely unusual. Well,
300,000 is definitely stretching it for a transmission. I mean, maybe not so much if it's a stick shift.
So are Toyotas still made like that? Yeah. High mileage. You can get high mileage.
Mm-hmm.
Dimitri, you're not surprised at 300,000?
No, I know people with well over 500,000 miles on their Fords.
Is there a club or something?
Yeah. It's a Toyota off-roading club called the Rising Sun, and I go four-wheeling for the occasion.
Started by Dimitri.
And you're telling me there are some toy 4Runners specifically with 500,000 miles?
Over 500,000. I've seen them with my own eyes. I've been on trails with them. Absolutely.
Didn't you say that the new ones aren't made like that?
Oh, yeah, the brand new ones. I wouldn't buy one anything after 2024 because now they switch to little 4-cylinder turbocharged engines.
You don't think they'll last?
Well, no, I mean, ask Kevin and Jeff here, when you take a small engine and you turbocharge it and you have a full-weight vehicle, what happens to the engine, guys? Why is it that turbocharged small engines have such a bad reputation for longevity?
Yeah, well, in order to do that, they're actually raising the rev limiters on them. You're actually turning those engines a lot faster. So
will turbocharged engines in general get less life?
Yes.
In general?
Yes.
So you're burning hotter.
Well, you're also burning the oil hotter because the same oil that's in the engine is going through the turbine. So it's also...
So turbocharging is good for power, but it's not good for longevity.
No, I mean, I say, dimension of the oil, we talked about this in the past, is, if you do a good long hot run with a turbo-powered vehicle, you actually want to sit and after you stop driving with it, sit in the idle to bring that temperature down.
Yes. All right, Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Don't forget, Frank Duran will do a market analysis of your home for the asking. That's Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Find out what your house will sell for before you list it. And he's pretty dang accurate, and you can trust him. 303-920-1622.
Need a fitter? Fitter makes it easy to find qualified local fitters right from your house. How is your fitter profile? Put what's in the plan, what's not the plan, here's the fitter right here, right there. From to bed transfer to payment. Fitter helps you find your family. Don't wait. Let the extra help your family now. Visit fitter.com to find your perfect fitter today.
GreatWesternBuildings.com. Great Western Buildings. Here's what I mean about that. They're great because they have a factory right here in Colorado that serves all 50 states. Most people represent themselves in the steel building industry as being from the factory. but few of them truly are. With Great Western Buildings, if you deal with them, you know you're dealing with a factory, a great factory, 100% American steel, guaranteed for life. So whether you want just a small little garage, you want a workshop, a barn, a walk-in, a riding arena for your horses, an airplane hangar, a factory, whatever. GreatWesternBuildings.com. GreatWesternBuildings.com.
Your beef oriented wine make a big difference, or just any 2-buck chuck, or what do you?
Yeah, so surprisingly, so I've tested 8 or 10 different wines. The best wine that provides the most intense winey flavor is the Whole Foods house brand. It's $3.99. It's their Cabernet Sauvignon. Their house brand is called 3 Wishes.
Okay.
So I've gone all the way up to $20. Those get a little tan, and that's not a good combination with food. I mean, within food. So the $4 Whole Foods wine is the best.
They still have that at 2-buck chuck at,
I don't know. I'm sure they do. I don't.
It's probably not $2 anymore.
Yes. It's Whole Foods' version of, it's
yeah,
$4.
what was the name of the store, that has the 2-buck chuck?
Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's, yeah.
Yeah, Charles de Gaulle is their house.
I just get a kick out of people coming out here with like shopping carts full of cases of the cigar wine.
I used to do that. When I first moved downtown, I would have like all these parties and it would be kind of sangria.
Sure.
It went down.
All the details, 800-363-8370.
In fact, I used to make it for Meat Fest too. I used to make sangria for Meat Fest. But then we all quit sugar. So
Our designs blend style.
It was delicious.
Pineapple juice.
There's a lot of recipes of that in it.
Oh, anything you want. I mean, there's no recipe.
I was like gonna bring in just some deer track.
That's
why I was asking.
What is the difference between that and beef strike, you know?
It comes from deer.
I'll get one.
You don't have 4 feet, 2 ears.
Yeah, we just take, we turn it inside out and clean it real well, and then boil it for a while.
Yep.
And then we cut it up into little squares, and you put some, hot oil until it's just about crispy. We just put some salt, pepper, garlic on it. You know, snacks.
Yeah, just whatever you just got to remember it for.
You just got to remember that the process before you get it to the pot is pretty nasty.
Yes.
Tom brought delicious meatballs.
Yeah.
Sauce.
That's what answer the phone themselves. To understand how to invest.
I brought
there's the burden.
What is it? Barbecue beef that they make breakdowns out with? The brisket. I brought brisket from Buc-ee's. Drove up to Buc-ee's that morning. It was my first trip to Buc-ee's.
You may have heard tax credits are going away in the solar business, not so for commercial systems. And here's the best news. Alliance.
But most people are amazing.
The flow of people going in and prices is phenomenal.
Oh, it's the Disneyland of gas stations.
Yeah.
And they also have dozens of ice dispensers, like those ice, like at 7-Eleven, you see the ice a lot outside. They have about 80 of them surrounding the store. Bag of ice, $1.99. They're known for that.
Cooler temperatures today with highs only in the middle 50s.
There's
Is that for the purpose of selling the ice, or is that so that when people are traveling from afar?
Yes, to get you into
American stories.
I mean, they're known for their super cheap ice. That ice is like $6-8.
Well, no, we want to keep it down low, so the crews just use, we have to drive down to Colorado Springs, get the ice to put in the cooler and take it home. So that now you can go ahead and buy this.
You may go there a little bit more out of your way. Because you're gonna get that plus 50 other things. It's also like Costco. You're gonna pull out of there for under $200.
We sell Wolf Coach FD. They have stacks that we can bring for $60.
Hey, how are you doing? Got a few more minutes. If you want to get a call into our car experts or call about anything, you can call 303 Martino, 303-627-8466. Shoot the breeze about your car or truck or SUV or just about anything else you want. Some guy texted me just now. Oh, and by the way, 303 Martino, you can call 24/7. 303-627-8466. This guy says, I have a 96 Astro 6-cylinder. Is that an Astro van?
Yep.
352,000 miles. I replaced the transmission at 235,000 miles. Runs great. Always use Mobile One oil filter and Mobile One oil or Mobile oil. So what is Mobile One?
It's a full synthetic oil.
Plus top tier gas. That what do they just mean? I don't think that's what you think gasoline matters.
Top tier gasoline is an actual defined term.
It's what? What does it mean?
So the brand name gas stations, like your Shell, the Texacos, the Mobiles, they have a top shelf sticker, which means the additive package in that gasoline is consistent with a very high end specification for detergents and other additives in the gasoline.
Do you use that?
Yeah, I sure do.
You do?
Yeah, so I don't buy gasoline at like the non-brand stations or the supermarket and that kind of stuff. Those are not.
You only go to oil brands and you go to top. What do they call it? Top tier?
It's called top tier. It's on the pump. You'll see a little sticker.
Is it the most expensive gas?
No, that's just their standard gas. Their standard gasoline, 85, 91, 87. Yeah. But the blend within those three gasolines is consistent with a top tier blend specification for detergent and other additives.
And if you want, and you're sure that you can't find top tier anywhere else.
I haven't seen it at King Soopers or maybe Costco has it. Yeah.
And so you'll see, in addition to what it is, you'll see a sticker on there.
It's a logo for top.
Yeah, it's about the size of a credit card and it's a white paper sticker.
Really? And it's called top tier. Okay, good. I learned something on that. Let me go back to these questions. There's an interesting one here. Okay. Somebody wants to know about pinealon. We had somebody on talking about peptides the other day, Dr. Joel Cherdak with DenverRegen.com. They do a lot of peptides. Peptides are the new rage right now. They are kind of like, they're synthetic and they go in your body and they do different things. Did he call them, what did he say? They were amino acids or whatever. Whatever he said they were. The peptides, you take them for different purposes, to build muscle, for other purposes, peptides. I'm not going to go into all of them right now, but I do know about pinealon because we talked about it. Pinealon is none of these peptides, by the way, are FDA approved for a specific condition. Okay, they're not going to treat anything, but some of them are FDA approved, meaning they're FDA approved generally. Considered safe. It's called GRAS. Generally, but GRAS stands for something. Generally recognized as safe. That's GRAS.
So some of them, when they say they're FDA approved, they don't mean for a particular purpose. If they say it's GRAS FDA approved, it just means it's recognized as safe and it's not poisonous to you. But anyway, getting back to pinealon supports neural function. It's supposed to improve memory and cognition. And a lot of older people are saying, oh my God, I can't believe it. I'm more alert. And it helps me, and
it's amazing, okay? And it's
supposed to protect the brain from aging and stress damage. And it says it may even influence gene expression to slow down aging. That's what people are claiming. However, the FDA has not tested any of those claims whatsoever. And
there have been placebo-controlled trials,
and there have not in America, but elsewhere. And they have found some of these claims to be true. However, there hasn't been much Western research. So it's not approved by the FDA. It's usually sold as a supplement or a research chemical. And there is no real safety data on it long range. And it comes, all of these peptides, by the way, you take as a shot. So you have to, it's a little like one of the diabetic needles, and it's a small shot. So that is pineal. Now let me get back to the car stuff. But again, peptides, I would not take a bunch of peptides unless I had a healthcare provider who knew what they were doing. Some of them know a lot about peptides and can help you. All right. Let me get back to this one. All right. My car's shaking slightly at idle. It's a little rougher than it used to be. So what does that mean? Shaking on idle. But it smooths out as they apply gas and they go somewhere. So why would it be shaking uneven?
A little vacuum leak. Depending on the car, I mean, it could be a carbon buildup in the throttle body or the ejector.
Yeah, you might not have a cylinder contributing as well as it should.
Okay. Now, when I shut off my car, I hear ticking noises under the hood for just a minute or so. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's not even a minute. I don't know. They said a minute or so. I think people say a minute, and a minute's a long time. If you shut off your car and sit there and listen to a ticking noise for a minute, that would be a long time. Mm-hmm. But what are there ticking sounds after you
turn?
The
exhaust is cooling off.
Yeah, I've heard that before. I've heard it personally
on
my
your
car.
Furnace, even in your house. You know, you can hear the vents moving and groaning, and
But someone else did say they had, in line with that, ticking noise, but only for the first 5 minutes. It goes away when they start up their car in the morning. Why would they get a ticking noise?
That sounds more like lifter knock.
Mm-hmm.
Like
okay, so
lifters.
What does a lifter sound like? Does it sound like a ticking?
Yeah, different degrees of loudness, but it'll tick.
And does it go away?
Sometimes it will, until it won't. I mean, it pumps up oil pressure in it. Eventually,
particularly you look at like the Ford 5.4 with the phaser issues. They will literally collapse because of those phasers.
So if people hear these noises upon startup, and they go away and everything is still running right, do you get that checked out because it's bad? What do you do with that?
5 minutes of ticking, I'd start to be worried. Like 5-10 seconds, I wouldn't worry.
Ticking is a lot different than a knock.
Yes.
Knock's usually bottom end.
Knock is a problem.
And it won't go away, typically.
Now, if you did have an engine knock, would it be at all RPMs?
It would probably get worse at higher RPM.
Under load, yeah.
But, they're all different. I mean, I've had them before where you rev it up and it goes away. Mm-hmm. So.
All right, 303-713-8255.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
The Ford 5.4 is the latest one. We're dealing with warranty companies.
And they want proof.
Well, they want proof of failure.
Right.
And there is.
I sent him to you. He actually started here.
Yep.
And I got a call here, and then he was going to bring it to me, and I told him, we can do it, but I think you're going to be in better hands over there. Mm-hmm. So.
Yep. Second one I've had where the warranty company doesn't want anything to do with anything until I can lay it in front of them.
Yes, and what I told him before, you're going to have to authorize a teardown. And once they get to that point of failure and they can show physical proof, they will assume
what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you on a hold and just listen through the phone.
Show physical proof of the failure, not a warning.
Do you have any lives coming up?
Yeah, one. Real
That's
quick.
the other part I explained.
Do what my old boss did and just keep a bad one on hand.
Yep.
He was the kind of guy back in the wheel bearing packing days. You went over to wash them over in the solvent tank.
FixMyHome.com, that's the website, and the name says it all. Fix it 24/7. They want to fix your home or your home appliances, whether it's plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, or drains. They want to fix things instead of replacing, although they'll do free second opinions if you ever need a replacement. And for $39, you get the extreme clean, tune, and check of your air conditioner. That's extreme. They take it apart. They add life and efficiency to your air conditioner because dirt and grime are the number one killers of your furnace. It's the number one reason you have costly breakdowns. And you can stop that and extend life. Just $39. It would be hundreds of dollars anywhere else. FixMyHome.com. Book now or call them 720-526-3939. Fixmyhome.com.
I think I fixed all of it. We have audio now.
What happened?
I just figured it out. I worked with Dominic and got my own Switchblade username and password.
So the Switchblade is on what computer?
It's on your laptop.
Oh, you did? You installed it
yeah,
there?
I did. I installed it and everything.
Damn.
I do. Techie Seuss, do the
Really?
rescue. Last half hour of the show. I need a raise.
Yeah. No
I'm going to tell
shit.
Mark.
You were able to get that up and running.
I think so. I got it. I think we have a call holding, and that's the only thing I'm not sure of. I won't know until you take the call to see if that part's working. But I'm pretty sure it is. At least we have it figured out for future.
No, but I had an old boss that he used to keep old bad parts around.
Oh yeah.
So like you'd be doing a wheel bearing job or something, repacking wheel bearings. You'd go over the solvent tank, you acted like you were washing something up, and then he would literally pick up a set of bad bearings, go over and sell the customer bearings because you're pitted up. You go back, and then he'd have you put the old bearings back on the car.
Oh, he wouldn't even replace them? He'd put the old ones back on?
No. He put there was nothing wrong with them. Why throw them
He could
away?
at least give them new ones.
No, he was a crook and a half.
Oh, yeah.
He was one of the people that taught me things not to do.
No, what not to do, yeah. No, we've all been there once. Just depends on how many times you want to go there.
Well, the first transmission shop that I worked for here in Colorado, Tom ran him out of state. Magco transmission, Jeff Spielman.
Oh my God, that's a long
No matter what, though, it always comes back and gets you. I don't care how clever you think you are and how this or that, it will always find you.
Jeff Jolla.
Yep.
Facebook. He found pigeons on Facebook every day that are willing to give him money up front.
It's amazing. But you can't be taken unless you actually want to. You want to believe so badly you're going to get a good deal out of this that you set yourself up for failure.
I saved $3,000 going here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder why. Now, the only time I've ever, this one older lady would come in and there's never anything wrong with her car. And if we told her there was nothing wrong with it, she'd be back the next day.
Because she knew there had to be something.
There had to be something wrong. So we had to charge her for something, and I felt bad for doing it. But
she felt better about it.
She felt better about it. And we would try to keep track. So she'd come in for an oil change, we give her a discount, we give her this.
We'd wipe it clean.
Yeah.
Hey, the guys
didn't
just
charge her, and you didn't, and you're just trying to take care of her. You guys didn't figure it out.
Oh man.
Oh, Alice. You're right. We found it.
Yep.
And then she'd call you. Sure enough, next day, never better. Even my air conditioner.
My air conditioner colder.
Yeah, it's like,
That's
oh my
funny.
God.
So I'm going to tell Bob to come in on Monday here with Mark.
Yeah, because I'm off.
Yeah.
Who is
And
it,
a
Bob?
potential Tuesday. Okay. Who do we have Tuesday? Oh, Brian Burns with Compass.
Depends on Tuesday because I don't know what my tongue will be like.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. They didn't tell me I wouldn't be able to work. They said you're going to need to take Monday off.
It's weird.
What are you getting pierced?
Poor Tommy.
I made the joke I'm the most observed man alive. And because I got a little tiny bump there, because of my background now, everything's fucking taken out for, what do you call it? Abundance of caution. But they don't think it's anything. Then I got the fucking...
But you know what? It doesn't matter. You still sweat it. It's like any and everything. Any potential.
Ulcer, which must be going away because I have zero discomfort.
Are you feeling so much better now?
Yeah, the antifungal medicine really helped even more. Hey, Tom Martino here. Welcome. Hey, let's talk to Deborah. Deborah, you need an attorney. What the heck is going on, Deborah?
Oh, do you mean Barbara?
Oh, I'm sorry if it's Barbara. He put down, hey, Axe, clean out your ears. Barbara, what's happening?
Okay. A while ago, you recommended Landgraph to do a survey for me, and I did one in February with them.
Now, wait a minute. What kind of survey are we talking about now?
Residential land survey.
Yeah. I remember that. We didn't. I don't remember that being the name. But go ahead. I know them. I might have recommended them. So what's going on?
Well, you did, Tom.
Okay, I believe you. Yeah.
Anyways, I'm still waiting for the plat document from Landgraph, and I've been calling them. And do you have any idea how long it takes to receive the plat doc, or am I being impatient?
When did you have the survey done?
In February. I can't remember the exact date.
February, March. Okay. Yeah, I would think you should be able to get it. What do they tell you? We can have somebody call him. What do they tell you about it?
It's just not ready yet, or something. You know.
Did they?
I know they're busy, and I don't mean to be a pain, but I'm afraid it's. You know, I haven't said, well, I'm not going to pay you your bill, your $2,000, until I get that plat document. You know.
Well, you mean the survey itself when you say plat document?
Yeah, because my next question will be for you to reference an attorney for me to handle this, and I can't do that. I'll need that plat survey document.
Okay, what are you? Refresh me. You have a neighbor issue, wasn't it, or not?
Well, not real bad, but what happened is they did the survey, and I find that two of my neighbors have their fences on my property. You know, and it's been less than 10 years, or less than 5 years, even. You know.
Good.
So,
are you going to want them? Are you going to want them to remove the fences?
Yes.
Let me just help me out here, because I'm trying to find out. I'm trying to find Landgraph. Is it LAND?
Well, let me look.
I'm trying to find him in my list here, because I thought I recommended Archer, but it could have been Landgraph. I mean, they're not bad, but how are you spelling Landgraph? I'm trying to look in my.
Well, you gave me the phone number, so.
Yeah, I know, and I'm trying to figure out where I got it from, because it's not where my engineers.
Okay.
Do we have them on the referral list, Landgraph? No, I don't think so. Let me.
Well, then maybe that's not the one I'm doing. Then I'm just looking up. Oh, I have to look it up under survey. In other words, when you.
For some reason, that name didn't ring a bell with me. That you said I just can't find them. And in any case.
Okay. Well, here's their number, anyway.
Well, give me their name first.
Well, I when you gave it to me, I didn't put down the name.
I don't think. Yeah. Okay. I don't think.
What does the
but
bill
I have
say?
the phone number. So if you look at the phone number, that would get you to the right person. And I'm sorry about that, but I thought it was Landgraph, but I could be wrong. Maybe that's what I saw on their truck. But anyways, the survey contact phone number that you gave me, like probably in February, is 303-688.
Yeah.
4642.
Okay. 6-8. That's a Castle Rock area. I think that's Archer, but
Yeah, that's David.
that's David Archer.
Yeah,
I knew I did. I see. Even though I'm 72, and you almost had me talked into being senile, I knew I did not refer a Landgraph to you, and it was puzzling the hell out of me. And I was remembering the Landgraph name because they're plumbers, but I knew it was Archer. And they are very busy, and they're good people, and I don't think you have anything to worry about. However, when was the last time you talked to him?
Last week. And Mike is nice, I just don't know what the norm is. Does the norm?
Well, I don't know. It depends on how busy they are. But if they did a survey and you want to get it back and all done, I mean, I would say you waited long enough if you had it done in February, March, April.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Maybe not. I would say I would give it 2 full months, 60 days, and look at when did you have it done?
Yeah, I mean the exact date. I'm just.
Yeah, look at. Hey, get her contact information, Axe, and then we'll have somebody call for her. Have her call us back if she doesn't get it in time. 60 days I'd give it. Jerry, what is your transmission question, Jerry?
Yeah, so I got a rebuilt, newly restored 1966 Impala, and I installed a Tremec 5-speed transmission, and I'm getting transmission fluid in my speedometer cable. It's where the conversion pigtail cable connects to my stock cable, and I can't seem to get that fluid to stop leaking.
Do you understand what he's talking about?
Yeah, it's a mechanical speedometer. You've got to switch over to digital.
What's going on with you, brother? You're in a lot of wind, Jerry. Jerry, hold on, Jerry. We got to get him out of the wind, but we'll talk about that coming up, okay? Just hang on. Now.
He has his headphones off. I needed to tell him Deborah still. That's fine. I just changed the call issue to whatever she was complaining about this time.
And if Barbara wants an attorney, I can give her one. I got to take Jerry though next. Jerry's hung up. He was in a bad area. I'll tell Barbara an attorney if she wants one. Brad O'Brien is supposed to refer to.
Is this you, Jerry? No, you're good. All right, so I'm gonna put you back in. No, you're good. I'm gonna put you back in queue.
Oh, Jerry called back. Okay, let's talk about Frank Duran, the realestateman.com. 30 years serving people, and I mean serving. He can tell you and show you actually with stats that he sells for more money and faster than the others, and he's a certified negotiation expert. Whether you're buying or selling real estate, you will never do better than Frank Duran, the realestateman.com. We've had stories where people have had things listed for months and they expire, so they go to Frank. Frank gets it done in 2 or 3 days. Now listen, you will love his way of doing business. It's personalized attention. You will think you're his only client. And right now, he'll do a free evaluation of your home to see what it will sell for on the market without any problem. He'll do it. And it's not going to be expensive. He's doing it free of charge. Complete details of your home, the comparables, the neighborhood, the supply and demand to come up with a realistic price. 303-920-1622. Frank Duran, the realestateman.com. So, do you know what he's talking about where it's leaking?
Yeah.
Do you know what it might be?
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, because he's got a mechanical speedometer, but he's got a conversion on it, so because evidently he's put in some sort of digital dash, but still the mechanical part.
The mechanical converts it to an electrical? Or?
Yeah, so it'll just basically read it that way. But so the speedometer gear that goes through the center of that, basically like a bullet that goes in the side there, there's a seal that goes on that speedometer made out of plastic. The gear itself is. And either his gear is worn down, and so it's got a groove in there, the seal's old. It's common for us to take, if they get the spring design in there, there's a shorter piece design where we can put 2 of them in and create a double lip. And if that doesn't work, then he's probably going to have to go and see somebody like Deluxe.
Why, to get an old one? I mean,
to get some replacement parts.
Utility.
What do they cost?
Since it's classic antique, I don't even want to guess. You're at the mercy of whoever's got whatever you got.
And now we're going to switch back to utility?
I mean, a lot of the classics.
What year did he say it was?
So it's just whatever's programmed on the board. The board is. Yeah, I kind of knew.
I mean, it's a pretty basic part, so I wouldn't assume it's going to be too much. But
so where that cable goes in, he has an adapter now, right?
So in between where it would normally screw into, he's interrupted it and put an adapter in there.
I thought he said he was getting oily.
Nobody can
right.
hear me.
So it's wicking up.
Switch to offline. Yeah. So say like right now, Tom's not wearing his headphones.
It's magic.
Oh, let me switch to offline. No, it only switches what you hear.
So it's coming out through that.
They're all in there.
Well, no.
That's why I always ask.
The screw-on caps is just to connect the cable to the bullet.
Okay.
So the gear inside the bullet, it's leaking past that gear.
Okay.
And then the speedometer with that
But
cable
is the
spinning in
seal,
there,
is
is
the
wicking it
seal
up.
in the thing you're screwing on, or is
It's
it
inside the
receiver?
bullet, inside the bullet,
In the receiver.
in the sender.
Oh, in the center.
Right.
She would have gotten her attorney had she said yes. That's what I call it.
And what oil is he getting? Is it engine oil?
Transmission fluid.
Transmission fluid.
Oh, because it's on the transmission. Will it do any harm leaking into there?
Wouldn't say necessarily say harm, but I mean, it can literally wick it all the way up the cable where it starts dripping inside the
It's
cavity.
inconvenient when your dashboard's dripping
Uh-huh.
fluid.
And I think you said it's going into the instrument gauge.
It is, yeah, it will. The way it spirals, it just pulls
It wicks it all the way up.
Sucked up, yeah.
What is that hooked to in the transmission?
There's a drive gear on the output shaft, and then you've got a driven gear that runs off of it.
And then that's what sends the speed?
Mhm.
Do you think it's because he has an adapter?
No, it's because of the seal and or the gear.
You don't think the adapter has anything to do with it?
It's all just plastic in there. There's
Mhm.
nothing heavy duty. Deluxe is probably one of the fewest places that has parts for it.
For the old style speedometers.
Yeah. You got all kinds of cables and everything else.
Anything external. It doesn't do anything internal.
Yeah.
I don't think he even does the drive gears, does he?
I don't think so.
Did they used to?
Deluxe? I don't think so. Anytime you had to open it up, I don't think they carried it. It was everything external to the transmission. Because they made most of their money repairing the speedometers themselves, the heads and stuff like that.
Morning 6 to 10.
I got to tell you guys, I love you both.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino. And Jerry, real quick here, Jeff Vick has some ideas. He's saying it's a seal that's on your...
It's on the driven speedometer itself where it goes into the transmission. So either the gear itself is bad, the seal's bad, or both. So you can... Go ahead.
I apologize. To add to that, it's leaking in the inside on the shaft, right? It's not leaking on the outside of the cable.
Correct. So yeah. So and then that will eventually actually just wick its way right up your speedometer cable. It can make it all the way up to your speedometer itself.
Okay, so the part that goes in my transmission does have a seal.
Right.
Now, the company said since it was not leaking on the outside, they thought that seal was okay. But you're saying that's probably not
where the gear itself goes through the center of that part, there's a seal on the shaft of that gear. So
okay.
So that's where you're leaking at. If the seal's bad, you can possibly get away with replacing the seal. They had a second design, was a smaller where we can put two of them in there and hopefully give you a double seal. Or, I mean, if worse comes to worse, your best place to probably get repair parts for that is a place called Deluxe Speedometer. They're down on Calumet.
Okay. They're here in Denver.
Okay.
All right, bro. I wish you the best on that one. Barbara, okay, Barbara, we'll if you don't get that in a week or so, we will call Archer for you. But I want to know the underlying issue, the whole reason you're getting this survey done is because you want to get your neighbors to move their fences, right?
Yeah, well, the one fence, Tom, is pretty close. The back fence to my property.
But is that the reason you're doing it?
The question I wanted to ask is it okay? I'm going to pay $2,000 for this survey so far. Is it possible just to leave that fence as is for that particular owner, or I can talk to him about this, and then they can help me pay, say, half of this survey costs. Or if they don't want to do that, then I'll have them move the fence. It's pretty close to the line for them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it is on my property. They, you know, she's very savvy. She has some real estate experience, but I don't know why they didn't do a survey prior to putting in a fence. You know,
Are you talking? You suspect it's inches in or feet in?
Inches in, yeah. Now the other neighbor is feet, so I have to work with them. They definitely have to move that fence. You know.
And it's amazing to me that both your neighbors got it wrong.
Yeah, because it's the same corner. So one side is aligned perfectly, and then the other is misaligned. Now, this is Wheat Ridge. So they would have to have someone, you know, with a particular tool, I'm sure, to align it to get it right.
You know, having that survey, just so you know, once you get that survey done, and I'm sure he's verifying it, and that's why it's taking so long, back to the established monuments, they're called. Once he establishes all that to be genuine, that'll be strong evidence. But you understand, they still may refuse to move it on their own. You may still have to go to court.
Oh, yeah, I understand that. But I'm trying to be reasonable, although the one neighbor isn't reasonable right now. But I'm trying to be, because they have dogs. That was their issues. That's why they put up the fence. So I'm trying to be reasonable with them since they're just a matter of inches away, you know. And then, of course, then it's in my property.
Well, be reasonable. What do you want for the fence that's inches on your property?
Well, you know, I was going to ask you your comments. So what do you think about that? Or help me pay for the survey cost, you know?
I don't know. Wait and see.
I mean, that's maybe not a good idea. I don't know. What's your suggestion?
Well, I think if a fence line is only a few inches onto my property, I would not even bother. That's what I would do. But it depends. If that means a lot to you, you got to bring up the topic now before it gets to be too late. As far as where it's in a couple feet, I would not accept that, and I'd want them to move it. That's the way I would do it. We can take
a couple inches. The fence is actually on my property. You know?
I know. Okay. Can we get her back and I'll help her on Monday? I really will. We'll get an attorney on to talk about it. Okay, folks, don't forget SheridanAutotech.com and TransmissionsDenver.com. Save all your problems for us.
Follow Tom Martino at Real Tom Martino.
And stay connected with all of us
at 630 KHOW.
KHOW.com.
And on the iHeartRadio app.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson, paid for by Action Matters.
Attention, families of loved ones in nursing homes, whether past or present. If you believe your loved one suffered abuse or neglect while living in a nursing facility, listen closely. You may be entitled to significant financial compensation. Across the country, nursing homes have been cited for unsafe conditions, understaffing, and failures that put residents at serious risk. Physical abuse, emotional abuse, medical neglect, malnutrition, and unexplained injuries can happen when facilities fail to protect those in their care. If you believe your loved one suffered abuse of any kind while in a nursing home, you may have the right to pursue justice. Speaking up could help protect your loved one and prevent the same harm from happening to others. Call our Nursing Home Abuse Helpline now for a free and confidential claim review to see if your case may qualify for substantial compensation. Call now. Time to file may be limited.
Call 800-701-2430. That's 800-701-2430. 800-701-2430. 2430.
When might you be buzzed? When you suddenly love everything.
You guys, I love this song. I love these nachos. I love our kickball league. Ugh! I love this guy. What's your name? You know what I love? A ride when it's time to head out.
If you see a buzzed warning sign, call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
I love your car. Is this real leather?
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver. This is 630 KHOW.
Denver's talk station.
An iHeartRadio station.
Guaranteed human.
This is a special report from
From ABC News, I'm Mike Dubusky. The search continues for that missing fighter jet pilot who ejected from his F-15 plane after it was shot down by Iranian forces overnight. The other U.S. service member on that plane has been rescued, sources tell ABC. Mick Mulroy is an ABC News contributor and former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for the Middle East. He says service members like this have received what's known as SEER training, which stands for Survival, Evasion, Resistance, and Escape.
What they do now is from their training, and that training is specifically designed to keep them alive and get them rescued. So I'm sure that's what's happening right now, and that's what the military and the intelligence community is using to try to recover this individual.
It comes as the fighting between Iran and the U.S. continues. Today, U.S. and Israeli forces launched another volley of strikes on Iran. Among the targets, a prominent university in the capital of Tehran. This is ABC News. Prosecutors have now cross-examined a doctor in Hawaii who's on trial for allegedly trying to kill his wife. They allege Dr. Gerhard Koenig tried to push his wife off a cliff, inject her with a syringe, and hit her with a rock after confronting her about an emotional affair during a hike. ABC News chief legal analyst Dan Abrams says the defense doesn't have many arguments to make.
You had to believe that inevitably he was going to say it was self-defense. We know there was an incident. We know they were fighting. We know there were injuries.